What's up, everybody, and welcome to the XP Podcast, episode 12 for Wednesday, June 1st. I'm one of your hosts, Mike, call sign Razor Z. Joining me as always, my co-host, I guess your call sign would be Birdman.
I would believe so, yeah.
That'd be a pretty cool call sign. Anyway, Logan Birdman Bergman, what's up, my dude?
What's up, everybody? Been a while. It's been a real. Feels like it's been forever.
Yeah, week and a half.
Um, yeah, but yeah. So, yeah. I mean, at least we have some news to talk about. Soon enough, I'm sure we're gonna have not a lot of news to talk about, but I feel like it's been a busy 2 weeks. A lot of stuff's happened. A lot to talk about. So let's get right into it.
Well, honestly, like, in the month of June, we're gonna have a bunch to talk about. There's stuff happening all over the place. Every single
Oh, that's
week,
true.
every single week there's a new stream or what do you call them? Showcase. There we go.
Yeah, yeah.
Showcase or whatever. So the slow time should be coming now. However, the slow times for actually playing games, that's not gonna stop for quite a few months. That's still elongated. But so how was your you came down last weekend? How was your did you enjoy the weekend? Be honest.
Oh, I had a lot of fun actually.
Yeah, yeah.
I really enjoyed it. I
Food
mean,
is
we had a lot to do. Mike here made an absolute mean smash burger. It was so fucking good.
it was fire, man.
Dang, I already cussed.
It's okay.
Damn.
I don't care.
But it was really good. I really loved it. We had a lot of fun. Got to try the new Mountain Dew hard seltzer.
Played a
Amazing.
6 hour board game.
Yeah, that game took a long time, but it was fun.
It was fun. It was a good
Um,
time. Yeah,
got to see a little bit. I guess we'll talk about it soon, but yeah,
yeah,
seen
yeah, yeah,
Dune finally,
yeah.
and some other things. Yeah,
Yeah.
so I had a
It
great time.
was a good time. What did you do for the rest of it? Well, I guess we'll figure that out shortly. So
Yeah.
let's get into the question because it is a major part of this episode. So, Mr. Logan, call sign Birdman Bergman, would you rather play? Sorry, I've got to introduce this. Like always, let's start off with a random question that I sometimes make up, sometimes look up. It just depends. This one I made up. Would you rather play only sequels to already established franchises, or only be able to play new IPs with the caveat that the new IPs would release with much more frequency, akin to something like we get with the sequels that release today?
I would definitely say new IPs, in my
Really?
opinion.
So,
To be honest.
yeah, you would well, it's just like I don't know. Like I thought new IPs first, but then it's like we would never get any sequels to any story we ever liked.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. I just think, in my opinion, as much as I love sequels, sequels are really good. I always love seeing something new. And when something new and fresh comes out, it usually becomes like one of my favorite games. So I'd rather see more fresh and new things than just seeing sequels. Like, yeah, we'll talk about it. We're gonna talk about it later, but um, I don't know. I mean, I like sequels and everything, and it's great to have sequels. But then there's a point where like there's too many, and it just keeps going just to keep going. And I'd rather just them make one really good game and then I move on and there's a new game to look forward to, in my opinion. I love sequels, but just new IPs are just so much more exciting and they're always trying to do something new. So, and I like seeing new things in video games. So,
Yeah, I guess I was just thinking like technically God of War 2018 is still a sequel, but it's massively
that's true,
different.
yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
massively different game than what came before. So like within that, there could be you could just take the franchises we have and mix and match the different styles of gameplays. Like
Yeah.
you couldn't go from like, Call of Duty being a first person shooter like Call of Duty being an RPG. That's a new IP. Like, it's something new. It's not a new franchise, it's a new IP, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess I would rather have, Horizon Zero Dawn and Ghost of Tsushima as opposed to, Horizon Forbidden West and God of War Ragnarok. I don't know. That's honestly, I want all those games. So, but I guess I would
Yeah, I mean,
rather,
all of them are good, but if you
yeah,
had to choose,
I'd rather get to sit down and play Ghost of Tsushima again for the first time, something brand new and exciting, and then get to play,
yeah, stuff like that
like
makes me
Detroit Become
believe in.
Human.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
that for me. Like, I mean, we'll talk about it soon, but like, yeah, Ghost of Tsushima, Sifu, stuff like that. Like that new stuff that's like just new. Like it wasn't a sequel; it wasn't made off of something else. It's like it's brand new,
And we can still
something
get,
different.
I mean, we can still get things in the franchise we love, like Star Wars,
Oh yeah,
Jedi.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, awkward.
What was that?
My phone.
Oh,
I forgot the silence. But like Fallen Order, that's technically a new IP. Yes, it's in Star Wars. It's the same franchise, but it's a new IP, so we could get things like that.
yeah.
Which
And
I
if
know.
you really think about it, you could make like, well, I guess yeah, if you put God of War on it, no matter what, it's I don't know. You could do branch off games and not call it a sequel. So I don't know.
I guess I also looked at it as like also everything that we have right now. Like it is a pinpoint in time right now. So like we only get sequels to what we have now to the different franchises, or we only get new IPs. So like you're never gonna get another Call of Duty, you're never gonna get another God of War, you're never gonna get another Horizon or Ghost. You gotta come up with all brand new things. And I guess in my mind I'm like, well, I might be losing a little much on that deal, but I could be gaining a lot. I just don't know. It's like do I trust the unknown or do I trust what's came before?
I think I would enjoy the unknown, just because then I'm like, what's next? You know, what's the new innovation? I mean, we get that today still. I mean, with all that, but I mean, it's just like if I had to do something that was like forever, it would have to be something new. Because if you play the same thing with the same characters for the rest of your life, and yeah, they could do innovations, they could change big things about it, but it's still a sequel. I feel like you're gonna get bored after a while because you're just gonna keep seeing the same thing over and over and over again for your
Yeah.
whole life with no new characters. I mean, well, I guess they could add new characters, but still, like you're always gonna get those same base characters. I feel like, unless your Last of Us, and you know.
Then you get better characters.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but no, you know what I mean. Yeah, you always get new stuff with new IPs. I'd rather see that.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know. I'm kind of torn on it. Like I don't really know. But for the
Like
sake
for
of,
me, but sorry.
I
Go
was
ahead.
gonna say for the sake of answering, I'll just go different than you. I'll say I only want to play sequels because I really want to play Ragnarok. I'm just being honest. Like I can't freaking wait.
Oh, I mean, I'm really excited, but I would still take the new IP thing just because.
Yeah, I mean I guess there is. By the way, I sent you a Snapchat and I want you to look at it. I bought a new statue this weekend. It's
Ooh,
not
okay.
super cool. It's not like amazing or anything, but it's okay. It's decent. It was on deep sale, so
Which we'll be talking about later.
what deep sales?
Well, yeah, I have with my with the little headset that I'm wearing now.
Oh yeah. How do you like it?
Yeah. Well, we'll get into that when we start talking about games, I guess. Or I
Oh
guess I can talk about it now if you
no no
want.
no no no. I'll
Move on
go
the
through.
subject.
I'll go through the rigmarole. So your final answer is new IP.
Oh yeah,
All right.
100%. Yeah.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, if you didn't know, this is the XP Podcast. It is a weekly and video game pop culture news podcast where Logan and myself sit down with y'all and talk about all the news stories and happenings inside and out of the video game world. We post a new episode most Tuesdays, sometimes on Wednesdays, and sometimes we miss a week, but it just depends on what's going on in our lives. You can find us on most of the podcasting popular. Wait, oh my God, it's been a while. The popular podcasting services, including Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and more. If you enjoy what we're doing here, please support us on a Patreon where you can be a part of the weekly discussions and give us your opinions on everything we talk about and everything we don't. You'll also be able to find all of our uploads there, along with any exclusive episodes we may post. As always, links for that are in the description of the YouTube video down below. Speaking of YouTube, if you want to go over there, you can get a chance to see our shining faces shortly. Also, if you watch there, you can be a part of the episode by talking. I got mixed up. With all that out of the way, let's get into the show. In our point of the show, we bring you my personal non-spoiler review for Top Gun Maverick, and we'll be talking about all kind of concepts of sequels, what we like about it, what we don't like about it, and what we think defines a good and or bad one. In the news, we talk about, is EA wanting to sell? Sony has announced the next wave of adaptations, and we catch up on everything Star Wars Celebration. But before we get to all that, it's time for What You've Been Doing, where we catch up on all things pop culture that we've been doing, whether that be gaming, TV shows, movies, books, and or comics. Doesn't matter to us because we're nerds and we enjoy it all here. So, with that admittedly very rough intro, Logan, what you been doing?
um, well, I guess we can get on to the thing I was trying to bring up in the other topic. Speaking of DVD sales, Mike here came in clutch and told me about this awesome deal for the HyperX Cloud Alpha S.
There
Man,
you
that's a
go.
long name. I love it. I literally love this headset so freaking
Yeah,
much. Like
it's
it
one of
sounds.
it's one of my
Yep.
favorite headsets I've ever owned. So
Yeah, I've been playing a lot of games lately, or as of this weekend with it, and yeah, I love it a lot. Sounds super good. Um, the mic actually works, so compared to my other headset, which I love, but still the mic was just absolutely horrible. So yeah, I mean, Mike came in clutch. He told me about the deal. I don't know if it's still going on even by the time this gets posted, but yeah, I got it for like $67 and it was originally 130. So that was a dang good deal, if I had to say so. I love it. It's super good. I love the audio. It sounds really good. I feel like the bass is perfect. It's not too much.
now,
It's
did
not
you
like
did you customize it
mhm.
with the open chambers?
Yes,
Cool.
yeah.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Like you mean like just changing the switches around and all that?
Yeah, just opening up the airflow.
Yes.
Actually, the more open it is, the deeper the bass is, because the air can actually escape out, so it flows through more.
Yeah. I keep it open most of the time, but like I did test it a little bit. I'm like I was playing Battlefield and I tested a little bit. I brought it all the way down because I heard that if you bring it all the way down, it helps with like hearing footsteps a little bit more. So I've been
Yeah, it
trying
can.
that
Yeah,
out, seeing what it's like. But man, uh, even though this thing isn't like like stupid crazy like my last headset with like the rumbling and all that and the haptic feedback and stuff, I still love these a lot. I think they sound super good. I mean, for the first thing, the mic actually sounds really good. I played a lot of Sea of Thieves with Amy recently, and it just you could hear everything. You could hear like the creaking of the wood and the ship. You can hear all the waves and all that from like behind me. Like when cannons were shooting at me, I can like feel it go next to my ear. It was super awesome, and I love this headset. Like it is awesome. The only weird thing I have with it is when you use the USB and you plug it in, like for example in the PlayStation, it sounds like super quiet, and I don't know why.
it's
I mean I turned the volume up all the way and I made sure it was on game and it was all maxed out and it was still super quiet compared to like just taking the 3.5 and plugging it into a controller and it sounded way higher
that
and
is
like you can actually
because when you plug it into the USB, it's using the actual built-in sound card to drive it, and it's just not a lot of power. Whereas you plug it into the controller, it's using the controller to power it, but then it's using the system software to drive it and to amplify it, which is why I bought my extended audio thing. So
oh, okay.
yeah,
Yeah, I,
it
I I
amplifies
still
it
like
for
it.
me.
Okay, yeah, I didn't know that. Yeah, so that's why I was like, man, this is weird because I was like really excited about the whole USB thing. I'm like, maybe this will sound really good.
No, it sounds
Plugged it
terrible.
in. It sounded very quiet, and I'm like, why does it sound like this? So I literally took it out, plugged it in the controller, and it was just like way more sound. And I'm really happy. It just sounds so good. I really love it. But yeah, so I mean that's one big thing that happened to me recently. I'll be wearing these probably every time I game, and can't wait to play more games. Which we got to play. I guess we got to play that one game, that Century of Ash is a game again. I'll actually have a good mic and everything, and I won't have to deal with plugging in my HyperX standalone mic every time I play with you on PlayStation now.
Yeah,
So that's gonna be pretty nice.
that was nice. Y-
Um,
Unfortunately, you're not like me, and you don't have. How many headsets do I have now? Six. I think I have six.
jeez.
One of them doesn't work though, so maybe I have seven, but six functioning headsets. I don't, dude. There's something wrong with me, and I also want to get another one. I want to get the new HyperX Cloud Alpha wireless because I love wireless headphones. It makes life so much easier.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I have three headsets. One of them is completely wireless. You can't even plug it in wired. And I don't know. Like, as much as I like it being wireless, I think the most annoying part about it is, and it doesn't happen a lot, but it still happens, is like the audio where we'll do a weird cutout thing sometimes. Like, it's interacting with other wireless things in the room. So it starts to get a little wonky sometimes. And that's one thing I don't like about wireless. That's why I've kind of stayed away from wireless headsets because I just don't. They cut out and they do weird things that wired headsets don't do, and it's kind of annoying. So that's why I don't like wireless anymore. Like it's nice because like you don't have to have it plugged in. You can walk anywhere in the room. You don't have to deal with it. But I also don't like it because it cuts out so much. Not a lot, but it still cuts out enough to where you notice, and it's annoying in my
Yeah.
opinion. So, but that's just personal preference. So, but yeah, I guess we should probably get into what I've been doing other
Oh
than
no,
just
that's
getting a new
fine. I don't
headset.
care.
Yeah, yeah. So I guess what we've been doing, man, that's a lot to talk about. I guess. Well, not a ton. I guess I'll start with last week. Let's see. What did I play? I've been playing. I've been just kind of jumping around to a bunch of different games. Without Elden Ring, I've been kind of lost, trying to really latch on to another game and try to beat it. So I think last week I played. What did I play last week? I don't even remember anymore.
Well,
Was
I
it?
will.
I think I've been getting back into Battlefield a little bit. I've been playing more 2042 because of the whole brand new all the news they've been talking about and all the new updates they've been doing. So I've been kind of going back and trying to get back into Battlefield again because I kind of miss it. But I know Battlefield 2042 is kind of a still broken mess, and it's not horrible. I mean, I've been playing more of it, and it's like they definitely fix a lot of things. Like the attachments actually matter now. It runs better. They took out they actually added the option, which they'd done it a little bit ago, but they actually added an option where you could switch between 64 players and 128, which I think is the best thing they could have done. Um,
Yeah,
and I mean, yeah, I've been,
no one playing the
but
128.
yeah,
The,
because I mean,
the game,
128 is still fun.
the
They
game can't
keeping
handle it.
it. Yeah, I mean, well, in Conquest, it's not that bad. It was mostly Breakthrough that was really, really bad, which they have permanently actually removed 128 players from Breakthrough. It is no longer going to be a thing anymore. Which I mean, it was fun playing Breakthrough and it being that way, but you're getting like 40 FPS, and
Yeah,
then if you had a lower end system, it was like 20. It was bad. So, but yeah, I've been playing a little bit of that. I guess for more recent things, I went to Mike's. Had a great time. We hanged out, played games. I guess I'm really good at Sifu.
you're
Didn't know it.
very good at Sifo. Much
um,
significantly better than I am. But that's
because
your
I
Elden
got
Ring chops right there.
honestly, it might be like because I got through the first three bosses. Didn't permadeath at all. But I'm pretty close, I would think, because that third boss fight kind of beat me up bad. But it was fun. Someday I'll probably get that game. I've been playing that. Then when I came home, I installed. Mike let me borrow Ratchet and Clank, so I have installed that and have been playing a little bit of that. Really enjoying it so far. Um, Trying to get more and more into the game. I think I'm only like what 4 hours in. I think yeah, 4 hours. Really fun. I love how it feels in the hand. I love all the crazy haptic feedback you get when you shoot things and you jump around and how it feels and the scenes. Also, the game is just breathtaking. Like it is so good looking.
It
It is
is
pretty
a
amazing when you actually play it. It's like wow.
it's a very pretty game. Yes, it is.
Yeah, I love it. I love the animation work. I mean, the last time I played it, you let me try it for a little bit, but I didn't that didn't do justice because now that I've actually been playing through the story and everything and doing all that, it is just wow. It's a huge difference compared to the first game, and
Well,
the guns are fun.
the
The
first game came
gameplay
out
is
in 2002. Of course, it's a difference.
no, I meant
You meant
first
the
one for PS4 Pro.
you meant
You
the
know what I mean?
remake. Yes, I know. I was
Yeah,
making a
yeah, yeah,
joke.
yeah. It's well, I better be better than the 2002 Ratchet and Clank.
Hey,
But yeah,
I wouldn't say better on anything anymore. You never know.
why?
You just never know anymore, man. Because I would honestly argue that the original Prince of Persia looks better than the new remake. So
Well, I wonder why.
I don't know why I'm still on that, dude. I'm still mad about that. Anyway, sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt. Keep going.
It's Ubisoft, so you shouldn't be mad. You should just expect the disappointment.
I still expect more from them, which is what annoys me. Anyway,
But
real
yeah,
quick,
Ratchet and Clank.
let's talk about Dune real quick because
Oh yeah,
I
yeah, yeah, yeah,
I
Dune.
hyped it up a lot and I talked about how much I loved it and the reasons I love it. Not I if I remember right, I pretty much maintained spoiler free. Like I didn't ruin anything for the movie for you. But you did have some knowledge going into it that it's very weird, it's very confusing, and there was the excitement that I put forth on you. But with all that said, I know we talked a little bit about it afterwards, but we didn't talk too much. So like now that you've had shoot a week now to think about it, what did you think of Dune Part 1?
Um, I wouldn't say it was as mind-boggling, amazing as a lot of people have been saying. Even maybe for you, you may have liked it more than I did. I still liked it, and I thought it was very enjoyable. Um, I don't like how it ended. I know it's part one, but I hate when part one movies always end in the most abrupt way
Yeah. It's
possible. I
like
don't like abrupt endings. I think it's so. It's like now I gotta wait years now to see this next part of this abrupt ending. Like if it ended in a good way to where it was like like a solid ending, but also teased like what's to come. I feel like that's a lot more enjoyable than just being like, all right, we're walking into the desert, cut, done.
yeah.
It's like
I,
what?
I I tried to brace you for that the best I could because it is a very very incomplete movie. And I honestly, that's my biggest negative with it. That's my biggest problem with it, which isn't a huge problem. I think everything else about it is extraordinarily well done in terms of like filmmaking and anything. Now you're gonna sit back and ask me, is the narrative the best thing ever? No, the narrative is actually pretty weak. It's mostly a character-driven story. It relies on its characters and its world building for most of it. I think its world building is some of the best I've seen in modern movies. Like the way that it's like I said when I was first like giving you my review, it's like every single scene stacks on top of another one and it just keeps building your knowledge of the lore and the world and how it operates in a way that most movies can't accomplish or even get close to attempting to accomplish the same style of filmmaking. But yeah, with that being said, like, if you're gonna tell me, oh, what's the overall narrative? I'm like, well, some people land on a planet, some stuff happens, some people run, and then the movie fades to black. It's about it on narrative, but character work, I think, character and world building is spectacular, in my opinion.
Also, cinematography,
Well,
just
yeah, but
freaking amazing.
that's just the director,
Yeah,
I just
like
expect that.
that whole scene with all the
The
destruction. Not trying to spoil anything. I'm trying to keep it very
well,
very basic, but
just
the
say
destruction.
one of the battle scenes.
Yeah, one of the battle scenes. That
Yes,
whole part was just awesome.
yes,
And
it
I really
is.
liked this movie. I'm not saying I didn't like it. I really liked it. I just think the ending is abrupt, which almost makes me kind of think, why didn't they just make this a TV show? In my opinion, it would have been perfect. They could have that abrupt ending, and it wouldn't even been a problem. They could have honestly made an HBO series out of this, and it would have just been fine, like just the
Now
way it was.
you don't have
I
too
think it
much
being a
longer to wait.
movie kind of makes me. I think the ending is what kills it for me. But I mean, I think everything else about it is awesome.
I mean, yeah.
But they also like. Sorry, go on.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. Finish what you were saying.
Oh, I honestly forgot. You
Okay,
can
cool.
go on.
I was just gonna say, like, yes, the ending is very abrupt. It doesn't mean it's bad in any way. Nothing that happens in the movie is anything close to approaching on bad. Um,
Oh,
in
not even
fact,
close to bad.
yeah,
Like this movie
I
can't even.
think
It's not
all
even
of it.
close.
I think all of it is pretty phenomenal. Like that scene, spoiler alert, when I guess not spoiler alert, when something comes into the room and our main character has to hide in a really unique way, and the way they do it visually is the second time knowing that it's coming up, I was still like, God, I want to pay closer attention to see like all how the light links together, and I loved it. I love the visuals of this movie. They are fantastic. But yes, I did try to warn you the best I could that I'm like, hey, it's not done. And what I mean by that, it's like it's literally not done. The movie just ends in the middle of the story. Like it's not a complete story. So those of you that want to see this movie know that. Please understand that because it can kind of hit you like a brick wall, even though the ending comes at 2.5 hours. So it's not really a brick wall. Like you expect the movie to be over pretty shortly. So, but it's still not a complete movie. But I love it
Yeah.
even for that. Like I don't think it derails anything. It's just kind of like oh, it's like oh shit. Why can't I come up with it? Why can't the second Hobbit movie? I can't come up with the name. Desolation of Smaug. That has a way worse just done ending than this movie does, in my opinion.
Wow. Yeah, I've never even seen the Hobbit movies,
Oh,
so I
really?
don't. I'm not.
Okay.
Yeah, never
Well,
seen them.
they're not that great, honestly, but I mean, they're better than a lot of other things out there. But for what they were coming off of Lord of the Rings, that's mostly a letdown. Yeah, but literally, the ending of Desolation is everything's going awry. The mountain blows up, and the dragon like starts to fly towards the village, and then the movie just ends.
Wow.
The
Okay.
movie ends in the middle of an action scene. It's like, oh, okay,
Yeah,
fade to
that's
black. Wait a
beyond
year.
abrupt right there. That would
Yeah.
annoy me so much.
Oh, dude,
Uh,
I wasn't like mad when I was in the theater watching it, but like you're so like in tune because like the movie's building to you meeting Smaug for the first time, and there's this really long drawn out, not drawn out. It's an elongated scene with the main character and Smaug having kind of like a battle of wits, and then there's an actual battle that happens, and yeah, everything goes right. He gets free, and he flies, and he says a line that I forgot what it was. He says everything will burn in fire or something like that. And yeah, the screen just pans to the main character and then just fades to black. And I'm like, oh, like you're so zoned into what's happening because like everything's been building to this, and then it kind of resolves the meeting of Smaug, and then just rolls out and says, "We'll see you next year."
jeez.
Because it was a year
Uh,
break. It was a year break in between the two movies. Now, what I was gonna say is, luckily, part two is coming out next year. Well, cross your fingers unless it gets delayed, but it shouldn't get delayed. But so, what would you rate it? Because after second viewing, I see. I'm between a 4.5 and a 5 out of 5, just because I think the ending is the ending you could put it at a 4.5, but I think everything else is still fantastic. Like I don't think there's any again, there's nothing like bad or even average that happens in the movie. It's just not a complete film, you know. It's not a complete story, which is a big kind of ooh break point.
I would say 4 out of 5.
4, okay. I'll set it at 4.5 then. I'll come down
I
on
would
a
say
5 out of
four
5.
because it's not just the ending where I'm taking a point away. It's mostly also just like, I mean, I guess it's just like some things were a little like, like, oh, okay, but like,
Vague.
I'm, yeah, vague and just, I did like how they did the whole, I love it when most shows do this, but like when they look to the future and then it comes to reality kind of thing, which spoiler alert, damn it. But yeah, that was really cool.
Yeah, but
I
they
really
play
like
with
that.
that, and they play with your expectations on that too. And watching it the second time, it
Yeah.
allowed me to kind of
Yeah,
know
the
what the
ending
scene.
too was so crazy with that too, because like I didn't expect that how it went
Yeah,
down. I thought it was supposed to go down a different way. So that was cool, and I like that. And that's why I like this movie. I think it's really good. Just think the ending is really bad, and there's some things in there too that were just kind of like, Which, by the way, this heavily again, we've already talked about this, but I'm going to talk to it about whoever listens to us. Um, it kind of reminded me a lot of Game of Thrones in a sense, which almost
oh,
makes me think
it's very Game of
how much
Thrones.
better this would have been if this was again as a TV show. They could have went even deeper
See,
into the stuff and made. I don't know. I know I'm not saying everything should be a TV show, but just think of this universe and everything and how much deeper they can go. But again, they may have like 2 or 3 more movies ahead of us, so who knows? It could probably get. I mean, they put a lot of information in that 2.5 hour movie, so I mean, I'm still excited for the second part, and I can't wait to see it when it does come out.
yeah, I think when the second part comes out, it'll complete the quote unquote movie. And honestly, I kind of hope after the part two comes out and it does its theater run, it does its VOD run and everything. I kind of hope they come out with an edition that's just Dune, just both of them stitched together.
Yeah,
Because
that'd be a good idea.
I have a I have a suspicion that the start of part two is going to flow fairly naturally with the ending of part one and make it seem like it just kind of is. I
Yeah, I
don't
think
think
it's probably
they'll.
going to start right where the first one ended. That's
Yeah,
what I feel like.
I mean, and even if it doesn't, it's very conceptually possible that it's just a cut and it goes to another scene, which would be the opening of part two.
Yeah, I'm excited. I
Yeah,
think
me too.
second part's going to be even more action packed
Oh,
from what we've
I,
been seeing. So
I know it is. So
yeah,
yeah, but that's me having some outside knowledge of the universe and everything. Now I've not read
that's
the
fair.
books or anything, but I do have some outside knowledge of it. Anyway, what else you got for me? You've been playing Ratchet. Um, you've been yeah, hanging out with me. Which, by the way, let's talk about the huge L that we both took and not planning better. You could have came down this weekend, and it would have been you could have stayed all through Sunday and left on Monday.
I know.
Yeah, because Peyton and I were hanging out a lot this weekend, and we're like, man, what an L on the planning on that one. But whatever, it's fine.
Yeah, yeah. I didn't even realize I was really going to be off Monday. And they kind of told me, like, oh, yeah, that would have been great because we didn't really do a lot either this weekend. I mean, I mostly just
Oh,
stayed inside and played games.
I did a bunch this
Um,
weekend. Peyton and I did a bunch of shopping. I got some new clothes because the Under Armour store down here has 40% off on Memorial Day weekend. So no, Peyton and I did a bunch of stuff. Obviously, I saw Top Gun, but I'm gonna talk about that later in the show. Um,
that's fair.
so actually, spoiler alert, I saw Top Gun twice. So um,
Oh, again? You've seen it twice?
yes.
Holy crap. Okay.
So yeah, but you'll figure out what I think about it here very shortly. I haven't really played anything. If I'm being honest, I played maybe 2 or 3 hours total of Cyberpunk this week. Watching a lot of movies, watching quite a bit of TV. Um, Speaking of TV, did you watch Obi-Wan yet? Because I have
Yep.
not. I have not. No.
It was fantastic.
I heard, and it's like, man, if it's that good, do I just want to wait and hold off until it's all over? But I don't think I can
I
with this
would
one.
say stay away from YouTube if you're going to do that. Because I'm telling you right
Yeah,
now,
well, luckily
literally
I
day one, before even it actually officially released, YouTube already was popping up spoilers for me.
well see that's because you
So,
follow things so closely. I haven't really watched that much on Obi-Wan or anything like that. So Obi-Wan's like nowhere in my recommendeds or anything on YouTube because I don't
that's
watch that
fair.
much stuff about things that I'm excited
Oh, no,
about.
I don't either. I don't even watch that much Star Wars stuff, to be honest, on YouTube.
Yeah.
So it was kind of surprising to see that. And then stupid me clicked on the video being like, what is
Okay.
this? And then
Well,
it wasn't a bad spoiler. It was a minor one, which in my opinion, whenever you watch it, I have kind of questioning why it was a part of it, but whatever, It wasn't like a big spoiler. It was like a tiny one. It was more like, what? Okay. Um Super good though. And I do plan on this week watching Stranger Things because that also came out. So I'm really
haven't even,
excited for that.
haven't even watched season one yet.
You disappoint me.
Well, it's one of those things that it's like Cobra Kai. Like I had heard so much about
Better
Cobra
than
Kai.
Cobra Kai by
No,
way imaginable.
no, I was getting to a point that is very similar to how I feel about.
Okay.
I wasn't talking about quality, which by the way, Cobra Kai is fucking phenomenal. Um, but yeah, guys, I'm very excited about Cobra Kai, and I was the whole time. But I kept kind of just wanting to put it off, put it off, put it off, and then eventually I binged all five. Well, I guess it's 4 seasons right now in like a week and a half, and that was great. And I remember it, and now I can't wait for season 5 to come out. The trailer came out this past it was 2 weeks ago. Looks incredible. Can't wait. But it's kind of like, and that's what I did with Peaky Blinders too. Like I waited till like they announced the final season. I'm like, all right, now I can catch up at a pretty like quick rate, and I don't have to wait for everything like that. So, because I hate waiting. God, I hate waiting. That's why I like
I feel that.
movies. That's why I like movies so much more. And then an entire opposite point of what we just made.
Yeah.
Movies generally have an ending, and the wait for the sequel isn't as bad. TV shows, there's very few times a season of a TV show ends and you're like, "Yep, I got everything I wanted," and there's nothing left hanging because that's not how TV shows work. So you got to wait 6 months for the next episode, for the next season to come out, and it's like so annoying. But anyway, I'm gonna watch Obi-Wan this week. I honestly wanted to watch it today, but then I watched this really not great movie today instead because it's me and I'm weird. But
Oh, well, this is the last season of Stranger Things.
oh,
So,
I guess it's
you should
time to
definitely
stop binging.
binge it. Yes,
Yep.
binge the whole thing, dude. It is
You okay?
this so
I will
it's oh
go
wait,
ahead.
what?
Go ahead.
Oh yeah. So the last season, by the way, of Stranger Things is split up into two parts,
I heard
but
that. Yeah.
it should be coming out with the second part like by the end
And
of next month.
yeah, I thought
So
they
if
said
you
July
really
would be
want
the
to
second
wait,
part.
you could just wait to the end of next month, and the entire show will be completely out.
I
Or
probably
if you want,
will.
you can binge it now. Because by the
No.
way, the last season, the episodes are pretty darn long. Like holy crap.
Well, yeah.
Um,
Each episode was like 20 million something to make. Netflix spent a
yeah, it was an hour
shit
and 20
ton.
minutes on average. Every episode is
Jesus, the
in the last season.
movies.
I know the last episode is an hour and 38 minutes. It
The
is literally a
movies.
movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how long those episodes are, and I'm really excited to get into it. But man, it's gonna take me a while to get
Yeah.
through it.
I'm still working
Um,
through Peaky Blinders. I started watching Castle at the behest of my girlfriend's mom. Um, Castle's really good. It's good. I like Nathan Fillion. He's a very charming actor, and but that's one of those that you turn on when you got like something you need something in the background to watch or something like that.
yeah,
Then so I watched a couple rom-com movies this week because it's me and Peyton and I like them. I watched a pretty disappointing one with Lucy Hale, called, well, I don't remember because it was disappointing. So, and then last night we watched a movie called The Crush, another rom-com that was pretty good. And then today I watched Deep Water, which is a psychological erotic thriller, and it was not as good as I wanted it to be based on who was in it. Two very prominent actors and actresses. I guess that's not the proper way to say that. Are in it, and just kind of disappointed. Left a bad taste in my mouth. A little bummed, honestly, because I was very excited about it. But yeah, that's it. I haven't really played any video games. Just mostly been watching some TV, some movies, just kind of hanging out. This weekend was very busy. I wasn't really at home a lot, so I was out in the town quite a bit. So yeah, anything else before we move on? You got anything that you want to say? Anything else you be doing?
yeah. I
Okay.
also get you. Basically, what else did I do? I also watched more Attack on Titan. I'm on the final season, so about to finish that up. Other than the fact that there's a part three coming out, so I will have to wait, which is going to suck a lot because I didn't have to wait for all this. I just binged the entire thing, and now I'm gonna have to wait probably for part three, which I think I'm about to get to the point where I'm ending part two, and I don't get why people don't really like season four. I think it's pretty dang good. I've been really liking it a lot. This might be one of my favorite animes now. It is just so freaking good. Like it is so awesome. The story, I love all the different twists and turns, and like, I mean, this thing literally just flips your expectations completely. Like when you watch the show from the beginning and you get to the season four, and you're like, "What? This is like way different than where I thought it was going." But it wasn't like a bad thing. It was more like it makes sense why everything is going on. So really good. I highly recommend it. I mean, you recommended me Cowboy Bebop. I'm telling you, Attack on Titans is so freaking good. I
I've
love
I've,
it.
I've watched the first two seasons.
Hey, dude, watch season three and watch season four. I mean, I know season four isn't completely finished yet, but season three is awesome. It is so good.
I like animes, man. I really do, but I don't know. Once I get past like 30 episodes, I just get turned off for some reason. I don't know. I
Well,
like
that's the
shorter
thing. It's
animes.
short. It's not even that long.
Yeah,
Like
but
it's
yeah,
not
but
excessively long. It's not like 50 episodes per season.
well, yeah,
Like
I understand
it's
that.
this
Yeah,
is a
no,
shorter anime. This is a more, in my opinion, a
story
more
driven.
like Western one, a more story one where it's not super dragged out with like 60 episodes of one
Yeah,
fight.
that's like
It is
Castle.
literally just
All
like,
right, everyone. Hey, all right, back off my Dragon Ball Z, bruh.
yeah,
Shit's
I'm just saying, like,
shit's the
that's
best action based anime of all time.
maybe back in the day, yeah.
Are you kidding
I
me?
don't know about
Super
now.
is still great. I
That's
like how I just contradict myself at every turn. I'm like, I don't like long animes, and I'm like, hey, back off Dragon Ball,
Dragon Ball
which is
Z, yeah, the
like
most.
800 episodes at this point between all the different ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how Amy gets through Naruto right now either. She watches that, and that's like
Eric's trying to get me
so
to
freaking
watch.
long.
Eric's trying to get me to watch One Piece. I'm like, dude, I'm not watching One Piece, man.
Yeah, no, good
It's
luck.
no.
That's like a
I,
thousand
yeah,
episodes.
I just devoted an
Jeez.
entire year to like entire year of my life to just watching One Piece. I'm not doing
Yeah,
that.
that does not sound fun
No.
at all.
I'm sure it's good. I'm
But
sure it's great.
yeah,
I'm glad. The reason I watched Dragon Ball is because I watched it as it was coming out. Like I would never go back and watch Dragon Ball now because it is, sometimes 6 episodes of just one fight, and 3 of those episodes of people just powering up. Okay, that's being
yeah,
facetious. It's not that bad, but as you're watching it as they come out or as they come out, it's kind of like a suspense. Like, oh, what's gonna happen to this week? Is he gonna create the ball in enough time? There's all the suspense. I know what happens now, so I don't feel like waiting through 23 minutes of TV watching him have his hand over his head and yell. You know.
yeah,
But back in the day, there was like a lot of suspense and drama around what was happening, and that's why I pushed me through. But yeah, going back now, like if I haven't watched One Piece when it came out, then I'm not going back and watching 1,000 episodes of it nowadays. I ain't doing it.
that's fair.
All right. Anything else you want to talk about?
I guess the only other thing is I've been playing Sea of Thieves, and me and Amy have been playing the because there's like a story expansions with Pirates of the Caribbean, and it's pretty fun. It's actually really fun.
Yeah.
I've been surprisingly having a lot of fun playing. Like I kind of quit it for a while because the only issue I have with the game is it's like there's somewhat progression in the game, but not really. Like you can't get better weapons, you can't make a better ship. You literally, like, everything you earn is basically just cosmetic stuff. Like if you want to look cool, then you go do all those things to look cool. But the game is really fun, and there's a lot of like fun things to do in it. And the Pirates of the Caribbean DLC is pretty dang fun to play, actually. And I like how it connects with the stories. And literally, the third mission is like, I nerded out so hard because it was literally basically the roller coaster or the ride from Disney World. It was literally one for one that, and it was a mission, and it was so freaking cool. But yeah, I mean that's pretty much it I've been doing this week. But yeah, very fun, and yeah, ready to get on with the news, I guess.
So, well, we gotta go to point first. So we
Oh yeah,
gotta
yeah,
go.
you're right, you're
Yeah,
right, yeah.
gotta go to pots first.
Pots.
Pots. Point of the show. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Point of the Show, like we were just talking about, where each and every episode, well, I guess, 75% of the episodes, Logan and I sit down and come up with a topic that we want to present to you that's talking about anything video game or pop culture that we want to talk about or want to discuss or want to have our opinions known about that. And also, any short reviews or anything we want to say about anything. So, with that being said, welcome to my Top Gun Maverick review. Like I said, I've seen it twice. I saw it on Saturday and I saw it yesterday afternoon in IMAX because if you can see this movie in IMAX, see this movie in IMAX. So before I get into my in-depth review, because I want to go pretty in-depth with it, it's not really going to be a discussion, unfortunately, because you haven't seen it. So, but unless you have seen it.
I definitely haven't. I haven't even seen the first one.
Yeah,
So
I know. That's sad. I tried to get you to watch it this weekend, but it did just every time I mentioned it, Amy would like scoff at me, so it didn't seem like she wanted to watch it. So
I think she
Uh,
wouldn't have cared, to be honest.
oh. Well, it seemed like every time I mentioned something, she was like, well, or we could do this. And I was like, well, damn it, I want to watch Top Gun.
I mean, I guess Dune would have been is the more
Yeah,
variety
yeah.
pick because she actually wanted to see that.
Yeah, yeah, that's to be fair. So, anyway, I want to set up. So, sorry, I got distracted. So, if you have any questions about anything, please let me know because I got a lot to talk about. I'm going to go through, just pure enjoyment of it, actual cinematography of it, the filmography aspects of the movie and everything, and then, obviously my final opinion of it because I got a lot to say. So, without that being said, I want to set this up with saying that this movie is the wait and anticipation for this movie was unlike something that I haven't experienced in a long time. And you may kind of chuckle at that, but Top Gun, the original one, is one of the most influential and seminal movies of all time. I mean, it's in the National Film Registry, for God's sake, It's one of the most influential 80s movies ever made. And that's not my opinion, honestly. Films don't get asked to be a part of the National Film Registry by just being entertaining or good. Now, that being said, there's actually plenty of problems with Top Gun. I don't think it's a perfect movie. However, I sat down, right? I sat down Saturday, 1:15, maybe. I don't exactly remember. And I was nervous because there'd been my own personal hype for this, seeing the trailers, knowing what original Top Gun means to me, and means to a lot of people out there, honestly. Seeing the trailers, getting hyped, trying to reel that back in, then seeing the reviews come out, then seeing how much potential money this movie was going to make. No, this is actually an important film for this year and for the COVID era in movies in general because this movie was pushed back by almost a whole year because the director, Tom Cruise, everybody involved wanted this movie to be seen in theaters. So all that, I was very excited and I was kind of nervous. I'm like, man, it's a sequel to Top Gun. It's a 36-year-old sequel, How much is this going to disappoint me? So I was sitting there anxiously nervous, but excited to finally see this movie just for what it is. To just watch it and examine it for what it is. And Logan, the Birdman Bergman. What this movie is not only one of the greatest action movies ever made, it is also one of the greatest sequels ever made, and it is to this day, right now, at this moment, one of the best theater experiences I've had in my entire life. This movie goes so far and above and beyond the call that it blows my mind how absolutely fucking phenomenal this thing is on every conceivable level. There was only one aspect of it that I was marginally let down by, and that didn't matter at all. This is one of the greatest action movies ever made, and it's one of the best times you'll ever have in a theater if you go to see it in IMAX. That's why I went to see it a second time, because I didn't see it in IMAX the first time, because I didn't realize how good it was going to be. So I went back and saw it, and it's hard to explain to someone who hasn't seen the first Top Gun, but not even that hasn't seen the movie, because it's super hard to explain. As I say all that, what is your immediate reaction? Because I'm betting you did not see that one coming.
Oh, I definitely seen. I knew you were gonna love it. I mean, all I've been seeing about the movie is just praise, and that
It's
it's
got a
like top.
96 on Rotten Tomatoes, dude.
Yeah,
96. We're talking about it's better than 98% of the movies that have come out in the past 10 years. And it is. It really is. And it's masterful. So just from a fanboy perspective, not really a fanboy perspective, just for a pure enjoyment aspect of the movie, not going into any of the details or anything like that. The movie's just fun. It's just a good time. Has very, very good character work. Well, okay, back up. The characters that the movie wants you to care about and wants to have good character work in, it does. Some of the characters that don't matter don't have any character work, but that's also not a negative because the movie doesn't want you to really. They're just set pieces, essentially. It's heartfelt moments and emotional moments hit, not just for me, even for someone like Peyton, who has only seen Top Gun once and doesn't even really remember it. I had to remind her of some of the important things that came from that movie. She was in tears for half the movie. She was an emotional wreck watching this movie because its punches hit you hard. Um, and just the action and the spectacle of all that is just incredible. So that's from a pure just everyday average fan. The movie, you will still walk out, be at a 4, be at a 4.5, be at a 5 out of 5 for this movie. And then the filmography aspects of this movie, the way this thing was shot, the cinematography, everything that goes on behind the cameras is mind blowing. Did you know that 95% of this movie is all shot in real time?
Oh, I'm not surprised.
Anytime there's a plane flying, that was captured in real footage. Anytime there is a actor in the cockpit, the actor is actually in the cockpit. It's obviously being flown by somebody else. They can't. Tom Cruise can't fly an F-18. The military would not let that one go by. But there's only 2 CGI scenes that I could point out that I understood with CGI because it's impossible to do it in like real time, or I forgot what the word is for it, but it's incredible. The director had said that he shot over 3,000 hours of film for this movie, and then broke all that down because the flight film and everything like that, and broke it all down to get to the 136 minutes that this movie is. But there's so many. There's so many things I could talk about, but without you knowing some of the significances of it, it's kind of, you know, I'm not saying I'm speaking to the deaf here, but like I'm speaking to someone who doesn't have like a background for what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
But do you have
I
any
don't know. I
do you have
mean,
any
Top Gun
questions
never
for me?
excited me, but I'm not saying it's a bad movie. I just don't. I probably won't ever see it in theaters. It's probably one of those things I see when it comes out, which I know probably hurts you a lot. But
Yes,
I
no,
do want to
maybe
see
so.
it. I do want to see it though. Just I don't know if I'm like probably gonna be as excited as you, because I'm not really a big into the whole. I guess like the whole point of the movie, which is like flight combat. It's not like my forte, but I'm still gonna maybe someday see it. So
But
I
I
don't know
mean, I'm
if it's
telling you,
is it gonna come to HBO Max. It seems like every damn movie comes to HBO
no,
Max anymore.
it's Paramount.
Oh dang.
Top Gun's
Yeah, I'm
owned by
not signed up
Paramount.
for Paramount Plus. Screw that.
I already have it, so it's fine. But
That's fair.
speaking of that, Sonic 2 came out on Paramount, so you should probably
Really?
get it. But yeah, talking a little bit more about, because I do want to talk a little bit more about like the filmography aspects of it. The sound design is absolutely incredible. Anytime that you're inside the cockpit, sound is drowned out of the outside world. There's no score going on. There's just the noises of these fighter pilots and more actors and actresses. Like you can just hear their breathing, and they do an amazing job of getting you to feel what they're feeling while you're sitting in your really comfortable reclining chair. You feel like you're struggling with these guys to breathe and all that, as you know the G forces are weighing on them and pushing on them. You feel all that while you're sitting in there. And it is thrilling, some of the sequences that they put together. And it's also very simplistic in its structure, which is what makes it so impactful, because you understand everything, all the stakes that are going on in the movie at all time. The movie sets up, and there is one thing they have to do. There is one mission that they have to go on. The whole movie is dedicated to training and getting everybody ready for this mission. So when the mission is happening, you've seen all the pitfalls, all the problems. You know how improbable what it is they're trying to do is. You know how difficult it is. So it hits and you feel it so much more because of its simplicity. It just makes everything so much more understandable, and the suspense then is like you're completely on edge the whole time, even though you know this is a movie and everything like that. But it is a legacy sequel. It is a 36-year-old sequel, so whenever movies like that come out, there is always that chance that some of the more important people from the first movie aren't gonna make it through the sequel. Now, obviously, this is a non-spoiler, so I'm not gonna say what happens. But this movie in its third act goes places that I could not even begin to guess going into it. It goes in a different direction that I was not anticipating, and when it started happening, I literally was a schoolgirl in the theater. I was giddy as hell with some of the things that was happening. And I think it does a fantastic job with fanfare. It doesn't beat you over the head with it. It doesn't hammer home that like, hey, this is for the fans, this is for the people that watched. it puts it in there, and if you know it's there, you know it's there. That heightens your experience of it. If you don't know it's there, it doesn't make anything less. It's not like they have entire scenes dedicated to callbacks and fanfare. It's like they're in there if you can recognize them and if you can see them. They're actually all over the place. I saw like 5 of them in the first like 10 minutes of this movie, which got me very excited. But that's just me. Peyton didn't know those were there, and she didn't even care. So I don't know how much more you want me to go on about how absolutely incredible this movie is, but this movie is a 5 out of 5. It says it is one of the best action movies I've ever seen. It's one of the best sequels ever produced in terms of actually acting as a sequel and succeeding as a sequel in ways that there's a lot of, especially legacy sequels that just don't work. John Krasinski, I think is his name, directed the ever living shit out of this movie. You could tell that he cared and he wanted to bring the most realism and authenticity to it. Tom Cruise, for whatever you think about him in his personal life, or outside of that dude can fucking act still, and he puts everything he has into every single role that he does, which makes me very excited for the next Mission Impossible movie that's coming out next year. But if you do get a chance to go see this movie, please go see it in theaters, Logan. It is a defining theater experience just from the cinematography and the sound design. Obviously, the movie was shot in IMAX, so it's meant to see in IMAX, but you don't have a way to watch IMAX where you live, so.
I do.
Oh. Well, fucking
Yeah,
go
there's
see it
like
in
plenty near
IMAX
me.
then,
I
man.
just don't go see IMAX because, well, I mean, I don't know which theater does or if they've updated it, but most theaters make you still do the normal seating where you have to be there first, and I hate that.
You're not going to lean back in this movie anyway. You're going to be sitting up on the edge of your seat the whole time anyway, so it doesn't matter how comfortable it is. Do you have any other questions for Top Gun Maverick?
Not really. Gotta see the first one first, I feel like, so maybe some point. That's on Paramount, so I don't know if I'll ever get a chance to see
Mm-hmm.
that anytime soon.
Top Gun's on Netflix.
Oh,
You,
it is?
yeah,
Oh, well then there you go.
you can literally watch it on Netflix tonight. And I'm telling you, man, if you do watch it, it's not perfect. It's not as good. There are some problems with the first one, mostly in terms of um, narrative structure and everything like that. It's pretty weak for that, and its characters are good, but not anywhere near as good as Top Gun Maverick's characters are. Um, it's still a really enjoyable film. But crank that volume, man. Let the noises of the jets wash out, and you can't hear anything else going on. It's the way that movie deserves to be watched. So, but all right, you want to move on?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm ready.
Mm.
Sorry, one second. I gotta check on something. I'll be right back.
You burning your house down?
No, I
Okay.
heard a noise. It was weird.
Okay,
One moment.
we'll go make sure there's no intruders. While he's making sure that no one's trying to break into his apartment, I will talk about Top Gun Maverick some more. Ladies and gentlemen, I am not being hyperbolic when I'm saying the things that I'm saying. I was actively cautious about this movie. I went into it wanting it to be good, but expecting it to let me down in aspects. And there wasn't a single second of this movie, of this 136-minute runtime, that I was let down by. There was one aspect of the movie that I wasn't super thrilled about, or that I didn't fully understand at first. Now I do after my second viewing, and I get it. It still doesn't make it any better, but that's only one very minuscule aspect of this entire overall package that is a defining movie of the modern era of filmmaking, nonstop or all stop, however you say
No,
that.
stop.
No stop. No, it's not no stop. It's
Yeah.
full stop. Full stop.
Full stop. Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
full stop.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
is a defining movie of the post-COVID era. Full stop. There we go. All right, Logan. Let's talk about sequels. Going on to our second point of the show. We're going to talk about sequels. More importantly, how much does a game need to change to be able to call it a sequel? Or, in our opinion, what constitutes a sequel and what makes a good and or a bad one? So, Logan, this is one of the topics you originally put on the document. So, why don't you start?
All right. I would say what really, I guess, would start with what makes a good sequel. In my opinion, what makes a good sequel is it doesn't have to completely change the formula. It more needs to innovate and enhance or make, updates to what originally was there in the first place. That's how I feel, in my opinion. Also, story wise, I would say what is very important for a sequel is it actually continues the story. In some way, it either pushes forward what the universe already has, it continues the story of, who the character is and what their journey is, anything that's going on. Uh, I just feel like that's the most important thing. I think that's for both movies or games. If it's a sequel, it should continue the story, not, like a certain movie we watched not long ago called Doctor Strange, where they don't continue the story. I think a very important thing is that you continue, like, you have to have the same villains or same, etc. But instead, you're just pushing the story forward. The story is continuing and there's a reason for it in the first place. Um, but yeah, that's what I mean. Like it needs to make sense, and it has to have some importance to continue the story and be a good sequel, in my opinion.
I
Which I guess if you we'll jump to the bad, but I guess to connect that with the bad part is if it doesn't, and they just make a sequel just to make a sequel, when the story should have just ended where it was. Like if you come out with a sequel and it has nothing to do or it doesn't add anything to what originally was there, then it's not really a good sequel in my opinion. It's just there for money and a cash grab for the IP. What do you think?
I'll just say, what constitutes a good sequel or not a good sequel? Uh, to me, that differs on the, I guess, the number of sequels. So like, if it's just a number two in a franchise, or it's an immediate sequel to an original idea, I actually hate when it changes a lot. I actually hate when they make a bunch of changes. Because when I want from a game that theoretically, I enjoy the original one moving into the sequel because I'm playing the sequel. I want iterations and I want them to fix all the problems or to do the things that they weren't able to do in the first game that they wanted to do. And then, yes, obviously, I want the story to continue and make sense and all that. But I actually don't like at all when the immediate sequel completely flips the script and changes everything that made me love the game in the first place.
Yeah, that's
So,
what I mean. Like
okay.
I don't think I didn't wasn't meaning that you should completely change the game. I mean like update it. Add new
Yeah, yeah,
things. Add maybe new mechanics and etc.
like
Like
reiterate,
yeah,
refocus and polish what was there before.
yeah. And I don't want the game to be completely changed. Like a good example of a it's not a number sequel, but it is a sequel nonetheless. Um is when Gears of War 3 came out and then they came out with Gears of War Judgment, which was completely different and basically butchered the whole, like they were trying to be way different with that game and it just was horrible. And that's why no one ever talks about it because it's that bad.
Yeah.
And I know that's not a numbers sequel, but still it's important that if you're going to come out with a game with the same name and it's a sequel, it should be an update, not a downgrade.
Well,
So
no. So what I
that's how
mean
I
by
feel.
number sequel, I mean the numbers of sequels. Like, so for example,
Yeah.
like Judgment is the fourth sequel. It doesn't have to have a number on the title. Is what I meant by
Yeah.
that. It's like
Well, I
the
guess
number
it's a
of sequels.
prequel, not a sequel, but still, it
Sequel,
is
prequel,
the
same
next
difference.
game.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
next game in the series.
Yeah.
And now on my opposite side of what I was saying, where I want the second one to be a reiteration, eventually, if they stick with a franchise for so long, it's going to have to change and adapt and morph. Now, what number of sequel that comes around to, that's different with everything. There's not like, oh, the fifth game has to be different than the first four. You're like, no, that's not a thing that anyone thinks about ever. But eventually, if a series is franchise is long enough, it's going to have to morph. It's going to have to change. It's going to have to do something to keep its audience engaged. And there's literally two examples I can think that are on the exact flip opposite in terms of quality. Assassin's Creed, God of War. One franchise completely changed everything about itself other than its characters and narrative, and everybody loves it. One franchise completely changed everything about the structure of the game and everything. I'm like, and everything like that, except its characters and everything. And everybody hate. Well, okay, the people who matter hate it.
That's fair.
The people who were fans of what came before hate it. In my opinion, the people who were fans of God of War before still love God of War. They just love the new version of God of War. You know?
That's fair. Yeah.
And like, in my opinion, I want to see Far Cry change and adapt, but obviously not like Far Cry 6, but do something. Okay, hold on. Let me back up. Maybe I'm gonna walk over my own feet here. 'Cause I don't actually know what Far Cry could do to change, other than just
More elements.
take a break for a while.
More
Well,
elements to like elements to like so like Far Cry 6 was trying to, but
oh
they
yeah,
changed a little bit of things that people didn't want, you know? Like I think them trying to add like more stealth elements with the whole, going into town with your guns not wide open like every other Far Cry was a new element they were trying to do. I think that was cool. Also, I mean, if they added more weapons, I didn't think the scrap idea was a bad idea. That was a new addition. But also, what they could have done is added more kinds of takedowns, more wacky and crazy thing, not wacky, but more just like badass things that you could do in the game when it comes to like I don't know, like maybe you get in car chases as a new element that'd be super crazy. You could jump from car to car and do super crazy stuff like that. Maybe you could do some kind of like add some weird new element where it's like just cause where you can like get on your drive your vehicle, jump on top of it and do crazy things. Like new updates like that would have been cool additions because like the whole point of Far Cry, I feel like since at least Far Cry 3, it's all been about you being this badass. Like you are like basically the hero of the story. I mean, yeah, the story is very interesting too, but like it's about having fun and playing it and taking down outposts and doing stuff. Like, it's not that deep. Um, but then I feel like Far Cry 6 really took away a lot of all of that with the whole new ammo additions and all that. That took away you being that and it kind of ruined the game and it made it like all their other Ubisoft games. So in my opinion, like yeah, like they could innovate. They could add new things and maybe add new modes and stuff. You could get creative. Like obviously, I can't think of anything off my head, but other than just adding more badass, cool things you can do, like you could do so many cool things they could probably add to it. Um, Maybe even add some like cool things like how Dying Light does it, where you could do more parkour stuff in Far Cry. Think of that. That'd be pretty damn cool. But yeah, like I mean, I just that Far Cry 6 is a really good example. Well, all the Ubisoft games almost anymore are really good examples of bad sequels.
yeah. How not
Because
to do
those,
it?
yeah, because like they literally have been transforming all their games into stuff that people do not want. They're not updates. They are actually degrading the games and making them worse. And then it's sad to see. But
What's
those are
sad
like
to
the perfect examples.
Honestly, what's sad to me, getting off topic a little bit about Assassin's Creed, is being an Assassin's Creed fan of like OG Assassin's Creed. I know I'm never gonna get another one because what Ubisoft is doing works for the newer fans of Assassin's Creed, and it sells a bunch of copies and makes a bunch of money. And honestly, it doesn't matter how bad the criticism is from a select minor group of fans like myself. If they're making money, they ain't gonna change it.
It's true.
So I guess my final answer to this question of how much does a game have to change to make it a sequel, it depends on how long the franchise is running. Like I said, it depends. Eventually every single franchise needs to adapt and needs to change to stay relevant in the video game industry because the video game industry changes with every couple years. New things come out, new ideas come out, new techniques, new gameplay iterations. Everything changes all the time, and sometimes a sequel has to, or a franchise has to maintain the times.
Yeah, I agree. I
But
think
change,
yeah, it's
but change Assassin's Creed back, please. It's been long enough.
dude, honestly, Assassin's Creed's gonna die. If it keeps going down its route, honestly, I think the Assassin's Creed name might just disappear and it might just become whatever. I don't even know at this point.
I mean,
with all the Greek god stuff and everything they're going for anymore. It seems like that's where they're going.
uh, Norse gods.
Oh, sorry, Norse gods.
Yeah, yeah.
Really
Hey,
weird.
hey, but if the Thor trailer taught us anything, Norse and Greek can interact and intertwine. At least in the MCU, it can.
Yeah, yeah, I'm
Speaking of
really
that,
curious about.
I forgot to add that to the list, so we will talk about that momentarily during movie talk. So,
Yeah,
anything else you want to say about sequels or anything like that?
no, just basically the same thing I said. Just basically feel like if it's gonna be a good sequel, it either needs to continue the story, or if it's a number sequel at least. If anything, it could be a side story like that. But as long as it, in my opinion, adds to the universe or what they're building as a narrative, I think it's a good sequel. And secondly, it needs to update and not completely update and change its game completely, but maybe fix some things that were wrong with the other game and also maybe add some new things because what makes a new game is adding new stuff, whether it be a bad or good thing. At least you're trying. So in my opinion, it's better that you try to add stuff and innovate and do new things. So but yeah.
All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to the end of Plots. Please let us know in the description on our Patreon what you thought of the new Top Gun Maverick movie, also known as one of the best movies ever made. And also, let us know what you want from your sequels. Let us know some of your favorite video game sequels out there, or some of your least favorite video game sequels out there. Now, here on the XP Podcast, we are going to move to Around the Point, where Logan and myself go around the video game and pop culture world and talk about some of the stories that we want to talk about with you. Up first, Sony has announced a new state of play for June 2nd. Reading from the PlayStation, oh my god, the PlayStation blog. They say it's been more than 2 months since our last state of play. Who's ready for a new one? Tune in live next Tuesday, June 2nd, for nearly 30 minutes of announcements and updates from the world of PlayStation. We'll have exciting reveals from our third-party partners, plus a sneak peek at several games in development for PlayStation VR 2. Watch over at Twitch, yada yada yada. See you next week. Thank you. Logan, are you excited? I'm very excited. PSVR 2, we're finally getting it. Let's go. I'm hyped.
Huh. I'm pretty excited. That's a lot shorter than I expected it would be, but I
But
guess,
again,
are
again,
they having a bigger showcase
but
later in the
like
summer?
I've always told people, I've always tried to tell people, PlayStation State of Plays are not their showcases.
That's true.
PlayStation Showcase is when they go through all the big first party games, all the massive tentpole titles. State of Plays are always, you'll get third party stuff. We're getting PSVR 2 here, stuff here, so this is a much bigger state of play than usual. But I saw a lot of people like, oh, can't wait for God of War. You're not getting God of War here. They said, oh, can't wait for Last of Us Remake. You're not getting Last of Us Remake here. You're not getting Last of Us Factions here. They're going to save that for the big tentpole show for the summer that'll probably happen. Honestly, now that we're getting this state of play in June, it'll probably happen in mid to late July. Um, I'm thinking that makes sense. That's about ready for the timeline that they've had their other showcases, and then that's when you'll see God of War. That's when you see whatever Naughty Dog is working on with The Last of Us. Here, I think we're still gonna see some big stuff. I kind of have a sneaking hope for Final Fantasy 16 since we've been seeing a lot more people talk about it online. We've talked about it on the show here for a couple weeks. The directors seem to be hinting that they're in the final stages of development and they're putting all the bells and whistles on it now. So we're just waiting to see it. Now saying that, I think it was on Twitter or Facebook. I forgot where I saw it. I did see a supposed leak for this. And I originally scrolled through it real quick. I'm like, I don't want to watch it. And then I was like, fuck it. So I scrolled back up and I looked at it. And it had some cool things in it. So obviously, there's some VR games that I didn't recognize, so they'll be cool to see for the first time. But there was one game at the very end of the show that, if this is true, I cannot wait. Go ahead and guess what this rumored game is that Sony is set to reveal at the end of the State of Play in 2 days?
Metal Gear.
No. Resident Evil 4 remake. If this is true, let's fucking go. It'll be the greatest State of Play ever.
Hey, now I can finally beat it. Finally play it.
Finally, yes. Thank
Yeah.
God. And then you can play it in your stupid VR if you want.
Yeah.
No, but it does. Okay, so outside of the rumor and the fanboy, it does make a little bit of sense. Resident Evil 2 revealed at Sony's E3 conference. Resident Evil 3 remake revealed during one of Sony's State of Plays. So having Resident Evil 4 here, that would make sense in terms of history. Now, granted, history isn't isn't the if de facto way to tell these things, but if that is true, that'll be cool. Now, one disappointment is, as I was looking through that list after I saw RE4, Final Fantasy 16 wasn't on it, so I was like, oh, well, now I'm sad again because I want that. I want to see this game. But Resident Evil 4 coming out and having a full-fledged reveal would make up for anything. Like, honestly, that's all they need. That's all I want from State of Plays outside the showcases. I'm like, give me some updates on some smaller games, maybe something, here and there, and then give me one big thing that I'm excited about. Now, we haven't
You really
gotten...
don't think factions will be there? I would think factions isn't really going to be that big of a thing, I feel like.
I mean, it's
I think they would...
It's one of Sony's tentpole games. I mean, they're...
Yeah, but like it's just an addition. It's just a multiplayer thing.
No,
Honestly, it would be...
I mean,
it is.
No, I mean, it's an addition, quote unquote, to The Last of Us Part 2, but they've already said this is a standalone title. Last of Us Factions is a standalone multiplayer title in, obviously, the Last of Us universe. But, I mean, most people think this is their first attempt at the live service game. We've heard rumors that they have 10 to 12 live service games that are going to come out in the next 3 to 4 years that they want to support for the next, X amount of years until the video game industry crashes. But and this could be the first one that we see is The Last of Us Factions. I think this game's going to come out and it's going to be bigger than most people think it is. Go ahead, take over. I got to sneeze.
Oh, yep. No, but honestly,
okay, that was a big one.
Honestly,
Woo!
I think it would be pretty nice if they did just, like what if it like was announced at this thing and then they just like have it come, or well, you know what? Actually, a smart idea would be to do a closed or a beta or something like that.
I'm sure they'll do a beta for it.
That's what I would think would be smart, because then they can do a beta, that people could test it, and then like during that July showcase, they could finally announce a release date. But they can maybe be like, hey, we're gonna do a beta very soon for the game for Factions, so people could try it. If you have a PlayStation Plus subscription or whatever, you can download the beta and try it out, and then leave feedback, etc., etc. That would be, in my opinion, a really smart idea, because not only would it showcase the game and people can finally see it and see that and then they can also get some feedback on it. That's what I think would be smart if they did that now. But who knows? I don't know what they got in store. I am excited though. I'm ready to see some new stuff, honestly. I mean, we did see a lot of new stuff recently with other games, which we'll be talking about. But
yeah, things are starting to come out. We're starting to see stuff. It's starting to get pretty exciting. I had another thought process that is now gone, but yeah, I was immediately excited about this State of Play, which I normally don't get too excited for State of Plays because they're all just like, some updates here and there. Maybe there's one thing, so, but we're getting PSVR 2, so I'll be interested in whatever they show off. Now, I'm not expecting, of Horizon, what's it called? Call of the Mountain? Yeah, Call of the Mountain to be here in any capacity. We've already seen that. They'll probably save that for the big first party show. But I'll be excited to see what games look like on the new system. Now I saw some people saying like, oh, we're getting updates on VR2 release date. I'm like, dude, seriously, people? Like, people just expect companies to just give them everything, all at once. And it's like, that's not how marketing works.
I don't know if they're going to be talking about games. It would be interesting. Well, they probably won't give an exact release date, but they might announce like a time, like a timeline,
Maybe like a
like
window.
a year or something like that.
Yeah, 2023.
Yeah, they're probably like 2023, and it's like okay,
What if
that's
these
that's
what
a
if these
fair.
what if these crazy bastards walk out on stage, well, I guess the virtual stage, and be like October 2022? I'd be like, what?
Yeah,
I'd be like,
people would
what?
flip, but
I
it would be. I mean, I would kind of hope they would kind of showcase at least like a model of it, you know, just to
we've already
see.
seen the
We want to
model.
see. Oh yeah, you're right. We have.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, an actual physical one.
Yeah, true,
Bring
but
it
I mean,
out. That
I
would
don't.
be,
The days of that happening, the days of Ken Kutaragi holding up the PS3, or um, oh my God, what's the fucking dude who created Microsoft? What's his name? Oh, Bill Gates,
Bill Gates.
holding up the
Yeah.
original Xbox. Like those days are long gone. We don't ever see the physical console anymore. We see what it looks like on a motion graphic, and then we go out and buy it. So it would be kind of cool though, but yeah, we're not gonna see that. So. That being said, I'm pretty excited about this. I wasn't really excited. You know me, I don't really get that excited or that pumped up for state of plays. But this one I'm pretty juiced for. I'm saying, all right, let's get it. Let's get some VR2. If Resident Evil 4 is here, it'll be the best state of play of all time. So, don't care what else is there. Honestly, I could be 30 minutes of just a Resident Evil 4 trailer on repeat, and I think it'd be the best state of play ever. But that's because Resident Evil 4 is one of my favorite games of all time. So, and I'll be excited for you to play it finally.
Yes.
Moving on. Anything else you want to say about state of play?
Nope. Just excited.
All right, our second story. This one probably gets Logan all happy in the pants. EA looking to sell or merge with another company. This reading from GameStop. It says Electronic Arts is reportedly. That wasn't a sentence. Electronic Arts is reportedly pursuing a sale or merger, and it's claimed that the video game publisher and developer has held talks with Disney, Apple, Amazon, and Comcast or NBC Universal over a possible deal. According to the news site Puck, whatever that is, EA has been persistent in pursuing a sale, and at one point it looked like Comcast subsidiary NBC Universal would have merged with the gaming company running the combined entity. There's a whole bunch of other stuff here. If you want to go read it, go to GameStop's website and click on the thing. Logan, how happy does this make you?
Honestly, I don't really know.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know whoever is gonna buy it is really a better company or just keep them the same.
Yeah,
'Cause,
that's the
like,
thing. Like,
that's my thing. Like, if someone buys them and actually, releases the chains of all the sports games out there and actually lets them be good games, then yeah, that's pretty exciting. But are they
honestly,
gonna do that? No.
all these companies that are named here, none of them get me excited.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Disney,
especially when you said them, and I'm like, yeah, no.
Disney doesn't get me excited because this is a gaming company. Apple definitely doesn't get me excited. Amazon, maybe they've been trying to break into the video game industry, but the real one is NBC Universal. What?
Yeah, that's a weird one.
What is NBC trying to buy Electronic Arts for? That makes no sense to me at all. But yeah, I guess I don't know. I'm so disenfranchised with Disney right now. I don't want them to own anything that I have meaningful care in, which is annoying because they own Star Wars. But it does make semi sense. They have had a working relationship. Now, what that relationship is after Disney obviously decided to cancel the exclusive rights with EA. So you don't do that unless you think you could be making more money elsewhere. So the question arises is why buy them when you're not beholden to them in any capacity as Disney as a company. Um,
It wouldn't make them a lot of money.
well, yeah, so does everything. But
Yeah, but I mean, Disney's all about money. All of them are all about
yeah.
money. So
Hey, I guess
it
they
wouldn't be too far fetched for Disney one to buy them and be like, well, there's some bucket loads of money I'm gonna make from sports games and etc.
yeah, and maybe they want to have those studios and all the properties that Electronic Arts own make we get a new Mickey Mouse game or whatever or okay,
Sweet.
here we go, check this out,
Frostbite Engine Mickey Mouse game.
a live action, no, sorry, animated Madden TV show on Disney Plus.
it'd be pretty cool.
That would not be cool. That would suck, dude. What are you talking about? That would gonna be terrible. I do think Amazon's an interesting one because Amazon has been desperately trying to break into the video game world for a while now. I mean, we've seen them make obviously their own streaming platform. They have their own marginally successful MMO out now.
Yeah,
So
New World,
yeah,
right? Yeah.
that and from MMO fans that I know of, so all of one of them, he likes it a lot. So
Yeah, New
um,
World's pretty cool actually. It's like
yeah,
the most
it's not my
like
game. It'll never be my game. I don't have a care in the world about it, but it's cool that people like it and enjoy it. So, maybe Amazon knows what they're doing more than we think they know what they're doing when it comes to video games. Because like whenever you see these people, you tell me these companies are gonna now start making games. I'm like, well, those games are probably gonna suck. But that's not actually fair because Disney just goes out and hires people to make games for them. So I mean,
that's fair. Well,
so
it did. If Disney did buy him again, maybe Battlefront 3 has a chance. I would love to see a Battlefront 3. I wish they would give them back the reins, and hopefully they've learned from Battlefront 2 and make a really. I want a Battlefront 3 again, but it's the curse of Battlefront. There's always been two, and then never again. So who knows? Maybe we'll get another Battlefront 1 again
I
in a
mean, it's only
couple, like 10 years from now.
It's only happened twice. Can you really say it's a curse or like it's a prevailing
It's a
thing with the
curse.
series? Okay, well, I
It is.
I stubbed my toe twice today. Am I cursed? Maybe honestly,
Yes.
I might be cursed. Yeah.
It's just like the, Half-Life 2, Left 4 Dead 2, Portal 2. It's the curse. I'm just kidding. No, they just don't want to make another sequel. But still,
Yeah, Valve doesn't
Battlefront
need to
3
make
would be
games.
sick though. Battlefront 3 would be pretty
To be
cool.
fair, there
to
is
happen.
technically sequels to Half-Life 2.
I know
There's
there's
two.
Half-Life Alex, which is
No,
another.
there's Half-Life
Yeah.
2 Episode 1, Half-Life 2 Episode 2.
Yeah.
And then they never made Episode 3. Because
Yeah.
Episode 2 ends on a massive clinker. Speaking of Half-Life, I actually think I'm going to sit down and play them again.
I want to, but I'm gonna wait till I
So
have a PC.
yeah, well, Black Mesa is a fan-made remake of a game that came out a couple years ago. It went
Yeah.
on sale, so it went on sale on Steam this weekend. So I actually ended up picking it up, and then the launch box is only $20, and I can get Half-Life 2, Episode 1, Episode 2, Portal 2, and Team Fortress. Granted, I don't care about Team Fortress, but I can get all that for $20.
It's worth it.
So yeah, I think I might actually sit down and replay some of the Half-Life games because dude, Half-Life 2 is it's one of those games that it's so amazing. If you've never
Oh, by the
played
way,
it, sorry, go ahead.
wait. Oh, by the way, Black Mesa is just Half-Life 1,
Yeah,
but
no,
it's remastered. Yeah.
yeah,
Okay. I thought you were thinking it was a different game. I was just.
no. I said it's a fan-made remake of the first one.
Oh, okay. I thought you said a fan-made remake of like something else. I
No,
got you now.
no,
I got you.
it's a fan-made remake of Half-Life 1. By the way, how many times can we say fan-made remake?
Fan.
Should we
I can't
say
even say it.
you said fan-fade too
Yeah,
earlier?
fan fade.
Fan-fade,
Fan
fan-made
fade.
remake.
Ugh.
All right, going on to our next story, third on the point. This one's kind of for you, Logan, but I'm also kind of interested as well. Modern Warfare 2 teaser came out this past week, and we got a release date. Interesting thing about the release date. It's the first time that a Call of Duty has not come out in November since I'm pretty sure the inception of the franchise. So, what do you think of this teaser, Logan? And well, I'm not gonna ask, are you gonna get it? Because we know you're gonna get it. But like, what do you think of the teaser?
Uh, cool pictures. Yay.
Yeah.
I was like, I mean, I'm happy they spent a ton of money just to put pictures on some barges and stuff. Looked cool.
Yeah, I
Like, I
mean,
wasn't like, woo! I'm more excited for gameplay. When they start showing gameplay,
yeah,
I'm gonna freak out.
I was so confused. So I was at work and I was looking at my phone and some things started popping like Modern Warfare 2 teaser reaction and Modern Warfare 2 teasers out and date release and date release and everything. And they said, "Oh yeah, this trailer is so cool." And I was like, "Oh, cool. Sweet." So I went home and watched it and I was like about halfway through I was like, "Wait, is this just shots of LA Port?"
Some, literally, just
I
with
was like,
the
"Huh.
like. That's cool. We got to
Okay.
see the cover of the game.
Yeah.
That's what it was. But like, that's it. Like, this was the teaser. Like, the teaser for Modern Warfare 2019 was so much more cooler than that because it was actually like it was that scene with Captain Price and it was all dark with the woods and everything, and he lights that cigar. I remember how unbelievably hyped I was for that. But
Bravo 6
this,
going dark.
yes, oh,
Most
dude, we
infamous
still need
line
to play
in.
that game.
Yes, I know. I told you I would. We literally
I know it's so
last
good
episode we
though.
committed. I went to GameStop
Yeah,
and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna buy it. Saw it was for some reason $34.99 on PlayStation and $24.99 on Xbox. Said, well, I ain't buying it yet. I'll buy it sometime.
that's fair.
I'm not spending $35 on a 5-hour campaign.
Well, hey, actually, probably a good thing is soon enough, whenever that thing goes through an Xbox, you won't even have to buy it. It'll probably just come to Game
Well,
Pass,
that won't go
so you could
through.
just wait.
That's not gonna close till next year, so I have to get it done by the end of this year.
I thought it was supposed to close very soon because they said by the end of like, I
No,
think it was supposed to be June.
no, it closes at the end of the fiscal year 2022, and the fiscal year for 2022 is March 2023. That's how fiscal
Hmm.
years works. That's how fiscal
Because
years work.
that's. Okay.
And also, it's
Wow.
under and also it's under review right now. So
Which I
both.
think is stupid,
I
but
mean,
whatever.
but both Sony's and Xboxes also. It's whatever. It's just
Yeah.
them doing what they're supposed to do.
Well, if the new Call of Duty doesn't come to Game Pass, then well, that sucks because I guess I'm not getting it because I'm just gonna wait till it comes to Game Pass. I wasn't planning on actually purchasing Mafra 2. Ever since I heard the acquisition was happening, I'm just gonna wait till it comes for free on Game Pass. But we'll see. Or maybe I'll just wait for it to go on deep sale. Because yeah, I don't plan on buying any more Call of Duties from here on out. I just mainly am just gonna wait, and then if it comes to Game Pass, sweet. So who knows? Maybe they already have a deal with doing Game Pass thing for Maverick 2, but we'll see. But yeah, it was just yeah, it was cool photos. I'm excited. I
Hey, let me tell you
guess. I
what.
mean, it
That
looks
barge.
what?
That
Yeah.
that barge. That was a pretty cool looking barge. No. All jokes aside, for like a .5 seconds when it started playing, I was like, whoa. I'm like, fuck, these graphics look good. And then it dawned on
That's
me, I was like,
literally what I said.
for like
That's
point
literally
five
what I
seconds, I
said.
was like, holy shit. And then I was like, oh, wait. I've been to Port of LA. That's just the port. That's just the actual boat. So I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah, no, because I was like, man, is this really them showing graphics off? I'm like, 'cause, like this looks really good.
I'm like, man,
I
this
was like,
lighting
this.
looks real. How did they pull this
I know. I'm
off?
like, oh, is they gonna cut to some gameplay now? No, they just cut to another shot, and that's when I knew. I was like, oh, this is just them putting like doing camera shots of the cover of the game. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
um, that's cool, I guess. I mean,
But yeah.
again, very excited because I like 2019 a lot. I mean, that's the first Call of Duty that really got me really deep back in the Call of Duty again. So I'm very excited for this one. And I'm really excited to see gameplay and what new additions they're going to add to it, like what
No.
new modes. Hopefully, they don't do survival again. Maybe they do something different.
But
I hope.
I definitely had a slap the face moment when I was like, dang, this looks good. And then 5 seconds later, I was like, oh, fuck. It's not. It's real
That's a
life.
scary thing about video games nowadays. It's just like sometimes, like when you get a quick shot of something, it's kind of hard sometimes to tell if it's reality or not. It's freaky
Yeah.
because I've had a few games and stuff that I've seen, like, and I'm like, wow. At first, I thought that was a real photo for a second there.
All right. Well, Modern Warfare 2, I'm sure we'll see that very, very shortly. Uh,
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Honestly, maybe even at the State of Play in a couple days because they still have the marketing deal going on. So
Yeah.
we might get to see that. But if the leaks to be true, we're not going to. I kind of hope that leak's real, just because I want RE4. But if it's not, it's not. Anyway. All right, next thing. This week, Saint Row got its preview release for this week. Logan, did you get a chance to watch any of these? I know you're excited about this game, so I figured you would. I threw this in here for two reasons.
Oh,
One, because I knew you were excited about it. And two, because I wasn't excited about it. And then I watched this. And now I'm more than I was before I watched it. So I guess it did its job. I'm still not, like, super hyped about it. But I'm like, oh, this looks kind of good, actually.
I'm not really pumped for this game. I'm keeping it on my radar and I'm watching all the videos and seeing it. I'm really like in the middle. Like I'm excited because it's Saints Row and I like Saints Row. And I know they're not a very deep game with a lot of deep things, but it's just a fun video game. It's a fun video game. And I know it's just like that's what it is. It's just there's not really anything deep about it. The storytelling is probably not going to be that crazy. but it's a crazy fun, wacky video game. And I have liked all Saints Row games. So this is a weird thing to be happening because it's a reboot. It has nothing to do with the other Saints Row games. So I am excited, but also kind of worried. But I mean, I want
Wait,
it to
sorry.
do good.
I wasn't fully listening. What are you worried about?
I mean, I'm just more like I don't know, really. I don't know what I'm looking for. It's like this game, the more they showcase it, I do see like somewhat of a difference from like the other games, like especially the Saints Row 3 remaster, which is the last thing they came out with. Um, I don't know. Like, I mean, I've been watching gameplay on it and it's fun, but I'm also like wary on like they took out all the characters that like everyone knows about, and this is like a whole brand new Saints Row with all new characters, all new everything. Nothing connects to the previous Saints Row thing. Like this is its own brand new thing. So I'm really just like curious on where I don't know. I mean, I'm excited for it. It looks pretty fun. I mean, I'm not like super pumped, but I am a little excited for it. I'm excited to play another Saints Row game. I've always found them fun and enjoyable and really dumb. And this world looks a lot more fun than Saints Row 3's did, because that one was just really tiny. And this one has a lot of like crazy new elements with like the kind of just cause element where you can like jump on top of cars and shoot and do
Yeah.
all this cool gliding stuff. Like that looks fun. And I don't know. The more I watch it, I'm like I want to say I'm not excited for it, but the more I watch it, I'm like it does look kind of fun.
Yeah, I mean,
So
like
I
I
don't
said,
know.
I am more excited after watching the previews and listening to a couple of them than I was before. But I'm still like, I'm not thrilled about it, but like, I'm not like fever pitch. But I do think it looks like a good game. It might be something that I play at some point in time.
Yeah, I mean, and I've always loved the customization. They have an insane amount of customization in these games. So I like all the new things they're doing, and I'm really curious with some of the new activities they're adding. Like there was one where they talked about a little bit about like a heist kind of thing, which kind of got me a little excited, but they didn't really put a lot of detail on like some of their activities, like the new stuff. Like they didn't really deeply show it off, I feel like. So like I don't really know what all those new activities entail, but it looks fun. I like the new managing business kind of or not managing but like owning businesses and owning these weird criminal things and the customization of your headquarters, which is it's been in all the games, but I'm interested to see how deep it gets because if it's like really deep customization even with the inside places, I'm pretty dang excited and it looks fun. So like if it does come out and you do want to get it, probably get in and play with you because it's a really super fun co-op game in my opinion. So
Yeah, the fact that you can play it all in co-op was pretty cool. Um, that's right, right? You can play the whole thing in co-op, right?
oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
you can
yeah,
play the
yeah, yeah,
entire game. That's how
yeah.
all the other ones were too.
Okay, okay. Yeah, I'm not a big Saints Row guy. I remember playing the third. I remember really liking it for like the superhero game that it was, but I don't remember like absolutely loving it or having. It's not like doesn't hold like the same place that like Sleeping Dogs or something does. Like it's not
Oh no, Sleeping Dogs is so good.
so good, dude. I started I watched this guy's video. He was doing a retrospective on it this week. I love that game so much. Anyway, going to something that I'm much more excited for. MultiVersus showed off its trailer and also had a round of previews this week. Logan, being Mr. Smash Bros, what do you think about this?
I'm excited, but
I'm very
I
excited.
don't I
I,
don't know if I'm all for the art style. Like, yeah, you actually watch it play?
yeah, I'm literally watching the gameplay right now, and I watched the trailer. I think the trailer was really cool. Had some cool character dynamics. I watched previews earlier this week. And then I listened to some people talk about some of the things that they got to see behind closed doors. But I'm literally watching the gameplay right now. I can't wait for this, man. I'm super excited about this. The fact that the characters have a lot of detail into them, not just the art style. Whether you like the art style or not, I'm perfectly fine with it. I think the art style works. But like characters talk to each other. They have canned dialogue with each other on introductions. It's like, it seems like they're putting a lot of effort into getting the feel of the world down or the characters down in general in this crossfighter. What do you call these crossfighters? Platform fighters? Whatever you call these things. I don't know.
I
Either
have no idea what the
way,
name is. Are they like
I'm very
arcade
excited, honestly.
fighters? I guess I don't know.
Platform
But
arcade fighters, whatever. I'm gonna suck at
yeah,
it. Like I'm not good at these, but I'm excited to play it.
I'm curious about it. But like, I don't know. Maybe the gameplay I watched just like it looked messy and kind of all jumbled together, which I guess Smash can look like that
Yeah, I was
sometimes.
like,
But
yeah,
like,
when we're in 4-player games with Smash, me, a guy who's played games my entire life, sometimes has trouble following what's happening.
but also my other thing is like it looks like I don't know, like the thing about Smash, what makes it so great is the openness of that game. Of like from beginners to expert people that like playing fighter games. That game is probably one of the most open fighting games out there where you can have items, which I didn't really see that in the gameplay at all. So I'm guessing it's strictly just you fighting each other
Well,
like
I mean,
normal.
the they're not done talking about it. Like I'm sure there's item matches in it. That's not what the focus is.
Yeah,
But
but
like,
I mean that's and then also the it looked very 2D, which I was expecting it to be more 3D looking. So it looked like just like a 2D game. I don't know, something about the art style and how it kind of like looked like everything was 2Dified and it didn't seem I don't know, it just seemed weird. Like I don't know, I'm not like not excited for it because I'm actually more excited for this Smash like game than I ever was for the Nickelodeon one or
oh
something like
well,
that.
it's because
Because I
the
mean
Nickelodeon
these,
one sucked. It looked
yeah, because
awful.
this one has awesome characters in it. I mean, it even has the biggest meme of all time, Shaggy. I mean, I'm pretty dang excited for it, and I think it is a really good idea that they made it a free to play game.
Yeah, I was like free to
Like
play.
that's very smart of them to do that, and it actually adds, they'll probably have monetization of you maybe being able to buy different outfits and stuff, which is fine because if people do not expect to be microtransactions in this game, then they're dumb.
I mean,
Sorry.
it's a free to play game. Of course, it's going to be.
Yeah, it's just like when people got mad about Halo Infinite having microtransactions because literally the multiplayer is a free to play part of the game. It is free to play. So like you gotta expect that they are gonna want money. It's a free to play game. They're gonna need money to keep the game going. So I expect outfits and stuff in the game, and I have no problem with that. And I'm really excited. I am excited still to look at it. I just think some of the gameplay scene was a little weird. Uh, but I mean, it also is in a very alpha state, right? I believe right now.
That's in
Is it an
beta.
alpha or is it beta? Beta.
Yeah, it's actually a live beta. I tried
Yeah.
to get I personally tried to get an invite, but I did not get an invite. So
But I'm so excited to see what it is. I mean, heck, it's free, so I'm gonna try no matter
yeah.
what. And I'm still kind of excited for it. I like a lot of the characters they added. I mean, Iron Giant, freaking, we got Batman, we got Shaggy.
Arya
Um,
Stark.
God, I don't know why they added her.
Cause it's cool, dude.
They could have
It's
added
cool.
anyone else from Game of Thrones but her. Anyone like Jon Snow, a way more exciting character in my opinion than Arya Stark. I
I
like
don't
Arya
know.
Stark. Don't get me wrong, but Jon Snow would be cooler
I think
in my
it's a
opinion.
cool addition. It's I
Oh, or about the wolf? He would have been cool too.
Jon Snow with like having the ability to summon the direwolf. But that's one thing I was actually surprised at, and it seemed like there's actually like different character classes. Like there's support classes, there's healing classes, there's
Oh yeah, yeah.
yeah, there's different, way more in depth ways to play. Well, I
Like
guess not.
Superman's a tank,
Yeah, well,
supposedly.
of
Yeah.
course Superman's,
Well,
of
yeah,
course
yeah.
Superman's a
That's fair.
tank. Yeah, it'd be really dumb for like him to be a glass cannon. But I said no. Overall, I'm not even hesitantly excited. Like I think this is gonna be fun. It looks fun. It looks smooth. I think the gameplay looks good. The characters look good. I personally like the art style. We'll see how bad the microtransactions are, but you don't have to buy those. That's what's cool about it.
Exactly. I just
Now,
hope.
now
My
as
only
long as
thing I
it's like
hope.
you don't get like an XP boost or anything like that, you can just
Oh
kind of
yeah.
you can sit back. Hopefully the progression's on point. Because I see there's different costumes and all that. Hopefully there's a way to back me up for the keep playing than just, the pure fun of it. Because I'm sure, the first week you and I are gonna hop on. We're gonna play this. You're gonna kick my ass. Whatever.
Well, we
'Cause
could play team play.
true,
You could
true. We
be
can
if
we
you
can
could be
kick other
Superman, I'll be
people's ass.
Batman or something like that. That'd be fun.
Oh, bro,
Or
I'm
I'll be
being.
Iron Giant, dude. I'm super excited for
I'm
Iron
like, what the
Giant.
fuck? I'm literally look like Shaggy. I'm going to be Shaggy. What are you
Dude,
talking about?
I'm so excited to play Shaggy too. Actually,
Okay, well, fine. Fuck it. I'm playing Aria then.
I don't care who we play, but
Yeah.
I am excited for this
That's
game
what's cool.
actually.
Well, that right there, a new, platform, 3D, whatever you want to call this style of game, a new fighter that now we get to learn characters, and I hope, the characters are not obviously they're not going to be as in depth as Smash Bros. Because Smash Bros. Is like the most in depth fighter of its time, but like, hopefully, I can learn how to play these different characters over the course of an hour or something playing with it. Hopefully, it doesn't take me too long, but I also don't want like to jump into a character and be like, okay, in 5 minutes I know how to play this character. So
I actually sorry.
no good. I said that is what I like about Smash is I can jump in, hit the same buttons, and know what moves are going to be it with Smash, but it also I can spend an hour or so playing with the character and learning how to play the character better for each character. So
Yeah, that's the one thing I'm hoping about this game because that's what's so great about Smash Bros. Is just the fact that like it is so open. It is probably the most open fighting game I've probably ever played. It's a lot less of knowing all the combos and everything, and a lot like there's only a few buttons you really need to hit. But
yeah,
if you get really deep into knowing the character, you can start to do your own kind of combos and stuff. But it's not as combo driven as most fighter games are, like Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, Tekken. All of them are very combo based, and like if you don't know your character, you're gonna lose. Like you have to know them in and out. And yeah, I know when we play Smash Bros. And we play no items, yeah, it becomes something like that. But when you use items and stuff, I mean, I'm not one of those people that hate on items. I think it's the whole point of the game. I mean, that's why he made the game to be so open and play with people. And I'm hoping they have that kind of stuff in this game. And I also hope there's more modes and more. It really just depends on how deep this game gets. Like, I'm really curious on what all modes they're gonna have, what things they're gonna do, because like all I've really seen, and I know it's in the beta, so they don't probably have a lot to show, but it's only either I think 1-on-1 or team, which is 2v2. But I'm excited still for this game. I mean, again, it's free, so I still that doesn't mean I don't want to. I'm not gonna hate on it if there's problems with it, but I am excited to just try it out, see how it is, and if it is fun, then I'm really excited for it.
yeah.
And I hope it does do well because it seems like they are putting a lot more care and attention in this one compared to like the Nickelodeon game and stuff like that. So
Well,
yeah, I'm
yeah. I
pretty
mean that
excited for it.
that was evidence in the first
Yeah.
30 seconds of watching it. The fact that it's voice acting shows much more
Oh,
care
I
into
know.
it than Nickelodeon. But yeah, I think it comes out a good time. Comes out in July. My busy part of my summer's done. I'm gonna be able to sit down and spend some time with it. You and I are gonna get the chance to play it together. Maybe we'll also be playing. I don't know, Dying Light. If someone wants to buy it, probably not.
Yeah, I will. I will.
Moving on to our next story. As long as you have nothing less to say about MultiVersus.
Nope. Just
All right.
I can't wait.
Another trailer / reveal finally during Star Wars Celebration, which we'll talk about in depth more later. Jedi Survivor was finally announced with a new trailer shown off. I will start this one off since I know Logan hates this game and everything about Star Wars.
Okay.
I think this looks great. I think it looks cool. I think it's cool that we see the Grand Inquisitor. I think it leaves some questions, obviously, towards the end about the Bacta tank and who's in there. Obviously, this is a cinematic trailer, so there's not much to glean from it. But I was excited about this game when the first one ended. I was excited about it when the name got released. I think it's a really cool name. I think it's aptly fitting. I'm excited about the possibilities of where this game can go and its setting, now knowing that it's set 5 years after the original one. So we're now 9 years total into the Empire. So I think we're going to see an era that we've never seen before in any retrospect. Well, outside of obviously the comics, but they don't count anymore. So I'm overall just very excited about it, and I can't wait to see who's in that tank. P.S. Who do you think's in the tank?
Um.
Well, okay. Well, who do you think is in the tank? and who do you secretly want to be the tank? Because I have two different opinions. I think it's a brand new character that none of us know before. I want it to be Starkiller, but it's not going to be Starkiller.
Yeah, I definitely don't think it's gonna be Star Killer,
How fucking
but
cool would that be though? Starkiller just walks out, and they kind of like retcon some of it. You know, it's like, oh yeah, Darth Vader punished him and locked him in the tank for years because of what happened in the past, and like we know kind of that would be like, you know, the good ending of the original game. You know, it would take that kind of lore side, but like it would kind of rewrite the outside canon to fit into this new one. I think that'd be really cool. I think if Starkiller walks out, that'd be badass as hell, dude.
um, I really have no idea who it could be. Really,
Yeah,
I really don't think it's gonna be anyone we know or
there
any
was a
new
lot of
character.
people that said it was Malicos, because of the long hair and everything like that, and I was like, nah, no, it's not him. I understand, you know, Jedi's can come back to life all the time, but you know, it's like, nah, he
Mace
dead.
Windu.
Oh well, I mean, that would be bad. I feel like Star Wars fans would be mad considering that was clearly a white person with hair. All of that is not Mace Windu.
He's in there somewhere.
uh, but no,
They cloned him and it went wrong.
I'm very excited. You know me. I've been excited about this game since, you know, the first, like I said, the first one ended. I loved Fallen Order. I thought it was great. Um, and I just can't wait for this game to come out. The rumor still is 2022. We'll see. Oh wait, no. Sorry, my bad. No, they said 2023. No, my bad.
I
I
was
was
like 2022. Holy.
I was I was literally reading an article about our next topic. I was reading the article and I read the words 2022 and I just said it while I was trying to say something else, so it confused me. And then the moment that I said it, I was like, wait, that's not right. Shut up. But yeah, till 2023 confirmed. So 2023 looks to be one of the greatest years in gaming of all time at this point. So, and we're never gonna have a life. But I'm excited for I'm excited to not have a life. So, anything else you want to say?
No, not really.
You beat Fallen Order, right?
No, I started playing it again recently.
Okay.
Bring up in what I've been doing. I played like another hour or so in the game. I feel like I'm pretty close to the end. Um, I did get to that Order 66 part.
Oh my god,
So,
dude. It's
I did that. That was pretty dang cool.
dude, it's
So,
so good. I was like, oh, I love that scene. One of my favorite scenes in gaming from that year. What year was that, by the way? 2022? No, the game that was 2020, right? Was it 2019?
that was like 2019, I believe.
Was it 2019? I thought it was 2020.
Wait, what?
I thought it was 2020. Well, maybe it was
No,
2019.
it was definitely either 2019 or 2018. Actually, it might have been 2018.
No, it definitely wasn't 2018. 'Cause 2018 was God of War, Red Dead, Spider Man. It definitely wasn't that year.
Okay, then it's 2019 then for
Okay.
sure. Because
Okay.
like, yeah, I think so.
I just thought it
Yeah,
was. Dude, are you sure? Because I'm pretty sure.
yeah, it was definitely not 2020. I 100% know it's not 2020.
Yeah, I guess so.
There's
Because
no
that
way.
because that would have been Last of Us, Ghost of Tsushima.
2019, November
Yeah,
15th. So it was
yeah,
literally towards
November.
the end of 20.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah,
So yeah, do you think it comes out early 2023 or late 2023?
late 2023.
Really? You think it's a full year plus off?
Yeah,
I don't know if it's a year plus off. I mean, that be 4 years development. I don't think it's that late.
unless they're gonna release it toward like maybe towards the middle of the year,
I
maybe.
think I think it was a internally they wanted to hit 2022. They wanted to hit November 2022 and it got pushed back a little bit. So that's why they came out and said 2023. So
Then
because
maybe
all
yeah.
the rumors we heard for the past year was that it was a fall game this year, and now that they finally come out and say 2023, I think they probably were trying to plan for fall, but they just realized they couldn't hit it, so they said, "Well, just put it out. We'll get it, you know, spring 2023." I'm thinking, I'll say April or March. That'd be pretty cool. Is there anything important that happens in Star Wars next year in April to March? Any movies that come out next year? 'Cause I know
Well, I
the
don't think there's gonna be any more Star Wars movies, but there will be
Oh, the
shows.
I just read an article. Taika Waititi's movie's coming out next year. I just don't know when next year.
Who the heck is that?
Okay, fuck off. First of all, Taika Waititi, he directed Thor.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I did not know that at
Yeah,
all.
he's been making the Star Wars movie for a while.
Huh.
Well, he's been
I know
rumored to make it, I guess.
they were supposed to be making like a pilot one, a pilot movie, but
Hold
that's
on.
been like rumored for years, I feel like by now.
Taika Waititi Star Wars. We'll settle this real quick. I am in front of a computer. Yeah, it says could be coming in late 2023. Do we have any information on it? No. But it's expected to be late 2023. So
Hmm.
no
Yeah, I don't
one,
know.
no one knows, dude. Come on though. Can you imagine a Star Wars movie in the vein of Ragnarok or Love and Thunder? That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, that would be pretty sick.
Yeah.
I
So
thought movies for Star Wars were done by now because honestly, it seems like now they're just so focused on making shows, which I don't have a problem with, but I do kind of miss Star Wars movies a little bit.
well, I honestly think you're just kind of giving the movies room to breathe. I mean, they got hammered for the last ones that they
Yeah,
produced, so
that's fair.
they're just giving it quite a few years to breathe and distance themselves from them, and maybe they come back with a new trilogy in a different time area. I would love to see a new trilogy set in the Old Republic. That'd be cool as hell. I think it'd be very prequel esque with the amount of Jedi's and lightsabers and battles and all that. I don't know what the story would be. I don't know what the the Overwatch plot or even what the time period is. The Old Republic is like thousands of years in scope. So I don't know anything or what I would want from that. But I think that'd be a cool era to visit. That we've only seen in one game, but we've never really experienced in any capacity in film or TV. So but that's probably not gonna happen. We're probably gonna get fucking Skywalker Saga Part 2. It's gonna be dealing with Ray's uh,
Ray
Ray
Skywalker.
Ray's abandoned kid.
Yeah.
But let's
Uh,
let's be honest. Ray would abandon a kid. No, I'm just kidding. She may be a shitty character. She's not a shitty person. Oh my god, I forgot to tell you. Movies watched. I finally watched Chaos Walking, the movie with Tom Holland and Daisy Ridley.
wait, what was it called?
Cha-
Chaos Walking?
Chaos Walking, yeah. It was a much hyped movie. It had so many people in it: Tom Holland, Daisy Ridley, Mads Mikkelsen. Directed by Doug Liman, who directed the Bourne Identity movies or the Bourne trilogy. This movie was hyped beyond belief. Then it got stuck in production hell, and then it came out and people didn't like it. And I was like, okay, I know people don't like this movie. Let me go in with an open mind. Lowered expectations, and just watch it for what it was. This movie fucking sucked. This movie was garbage. Okay, no, it wasn't garbage. It did nothing good. It wasn't like crazy bad. Like I still like watch it and I didn't like feel the need to throw up or anything like that. But just from a core conceptual level, it just wasn't a good concept for a movie. And the dialogue was worse, which made the dialogue was bad, which made the actual concept for the movie even more pronounced that it was a shitty idea. It's just a bad movie. It's on Hulu if you want to watch it. And I believe it's on
Yeah,
HBO too.
it looks horrible.
Yeah, it's not good. It's not. And I knew it wasn't good, but I figured, going in with lowered expectations, I'd be like, okay, it's fine, I guess, whatever. Yeah, it's not good, but it's whatever. No, I was like, I can't. I think me, you know me, Logan, right? How I
Yeah.
watch movies. I paused the movie 4 times and was on my phone.
Jeez.
I was so bored, and I was like, okay, I gotta take like a 10-minute break before I go back and watch the rest of it. I just didn't want it. I didn't care. Um, real stinker of a movie that one was. Peyton, however, liked it, so whatever. She likes almost everything though, besides the Fantastic Beasts. Speaking of Fantastic Beasts, that came out yesterday. The
Oh
new
yeah,
one.
we need to watch that. Yeah, I
Yeah.
told Amy that we need to watch it because she hasn't seen it yet. So
You, Yeah. Oh, you saw it in theaters
Yeah,
without Amy.
I've only
Oh.
seen it. Yeah, Amy has
Oh.
not
Okay.
seen it yet.
Yeah. So I'm sure we'll watch that in the next couple weeks. And then I will report on you if I liked it as much as you did. Now I know you didn't love it, but you said it wasn't terrible,
I thought it was better than the second one,
which is
which
not
isn't
hard.
saying a lot.
Yeah, it was
So
not a
yeah.
difficult thing to do. All right, let's knock out the last game news before we talk about some movies. Our last gaming story of the week, going along with Star Wars, KOTOR II is announced for Switch and it's coming out next week, along with a packaged version of the original KOTOR. So, for you Star Wars fans out there that have a Nintendo Switch, you can finally play the best Star Wars game ever made. I'm just kidding, one of. It's personally my favorite, the original KOTOR. KOTOR 2, not so much. But so Logan, here's your chance. You can play KOTOR now.
Well, it's coming out remastered, so
Yeah,
I'll wait.
just wait. It's gonna be so much
Yeah.
better. So, but nothing really to say about that. Cool for Switch. They've been getting a lot of Star Wars remakes. They just got The Force Unleashed just this past couple weeks, and then before that they got Jedi Academy last year. So apparently, Star Wars is getting the
I would
Switch.
like some Battlefront remasters. That'd be sick.
That'd be kind of cool. I might actually open up my Switch again for that. So, oh, by the way, do you want to tell the audience how you came down and got fucking obliterated in volleyball?
Dude, I'm telling you. So the thing is, I really think it was where I was, man. Because I'm telling you, me and Amy, we played it, and I was really good again. So I'm telling you, dude. I don't know.
I
Something
don't
about
know.
me, like, because I never had.
I
I think
played
it's
it.
literally only there.
I played it where you were, and I still won. So,
I don't know. Like,
well,
again, I don't have that problem. That the serving and the hitting thing, not even once has that happened here. But when I was down there playing it, I could not serve for some reason,
maybe you
and
were
it was
just
really
nervous that
annoying.
you were playing with you
Okay,
were playing with a Switch
all right.
Sports volleyball god, which is me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Hey, I was still doing pretty good for it not a week,
and
so
then
I'll.
and then Amy and I got on together, and it was just we were god team. So you and Peyton couldn't even handle the smoke.
Okay. So you know what? You know what we gotta do then? We actually, you two play there, and we'll play here, and we'll really see what happens.
Okay. All right.
That's a real challenge.
Yeah. Well, yeah. The challenge is getting Nintendo Online to work properly. That's the real hurdle.
That is yeah.
That's the real hurdle, if we're being honest. So, all right.
That's true.
Anything else you got to say about the games before we talk about some movie stuff?
No, not really. Can't wait for the remaster to come out, and I kind of hope they keep doing this whole porting old Star Wars games over.
Oh,
The
speaking
one
of port,
Star Wars.
did you see The Force Unleashed got a weird port? It's not the game that we got on PS3 and Xbox 360. It's the game that originally came to the Wii, which makes sense obviously, but I did not know that game was that massively different. Go and watch gameplay footage of this remake.
Really?
Or this it's not a remake, this remaster. It looks terrible. I'm like, who played this? Who designed this? Yeah, it looks bad, man. Real bad.
I had no idea.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
I did not know there were two different versions. Because I remember I pulled up the review last week and I was like, oh, cool. Let's see what people think of this. And I was watching IGN's and I was like, what the fuck game is this? I was like, this is not the game that I played. And then I did some research into it, and yeah, there's two completely different versions of the game. Now, I guess not completely, like story wise and all that's the same, but I'm talking about like gameplay, and even the levels are different too. I was like, huh. Well, that sucks. Sorry for Wii players and Switch players that you're getting the less good version of the game, which makes me question why did they just port over the PS3 version.
Yeah, I know, right?
That's weird. So, all right, welcome to Movie Talk, a topic within a topic here on Around the Point, where we talk about any of the movie news that we want to talk about, including trailers and Star Wars Celebration itself, and then we give you the numbers from the weekend box office. Starting at the top, Sony has announced the next wave of video game adaptations, and 2 out of the 3 are very exciting. One of them I don't really get, but I don't care. So, anyway, Sony has announced that coming to a Netflix Near You Horizon TV adaptation is being made, and then the big one, God of War, is being shipped off to Amazon. And finally, the weird one, Gran Turismo, is being made by somebody we don't know yet. But take away the Gran Turismo one. How cool is this?
I'm a little questionable. I mean, I'm excited. I don't know how well Amazon's gonna make a God of War show. Like
Oh, dude,
Amazon makes great shows,
are you
but
kidding me?
like
Yeah, no, I'm way
the
more excited about
budget,
Amazon than Netflix right now.
really? I don't know. Like Amazon, it's great. I like their stuff a lot, but you could definitely tell they lack a little bit of budget. So unless they have
Um,
an excessive budget for this
I'm gonna
show,
step in and I'm gonna tell you I disagree entirely. Have you not watched the new Rings of Power trailer or the Wheel of Time series, or anything new that they've done?
well,
Amazon's
I don't
budgets
I
are
don't have Amazon,
massive. Oh
but also I
yeah,
don't know what wheel time is. So
Wheel of Time's a new fantasy series that Peyton and I started watching, and it's great. It's got all kinds of effects that look great. The Ring of Power is a new Lord of the Rings series. Looks fantastic. Amazon's making the Mass Effect adaptation, and they're making something else too in the video game world. I don't remember. Fallout. Sorry, Fallout. So they're making Fallout and Mass Effect. So Amazon, I told you, is dude. They are going hard on video game stuff. And
Fallout would be so cool. I'm so
yeah,
excited.
they get a chance to make God of War. Netflix gets a chance to make Horizon. Honestly, I'm excited about both of those. I think
I
both of
think
them.
Netflix and I mean, I don't know. Again, all I've really watched on Amazon is The Boys, and I love The Boys. I think it's awesome, but you could definitely tell they don't have a crazy budget for that. And that's probably the biggest thing I've actually watched that's like from Amazon. I haven't watched any of their news stuff, but that's also because I don't have Amazon Premium and I don't want to pay 100 and something bucks just to have it. So I mean, maybe when God of War comes out, maybe, but who knows? Also, I really don't have faith in video game things. I mean, I've seen Halo, so not really
Okay,
pumped,
but
but
okay, you're pointing
I
out the
have my
worst of
eyes
the worst.
open.
So
I mean, let's be honest. If they give free reins to any of these people, they probably don't even know anything about the IPs. They're just gonna make stuff. So I don't know.
yeah, I
I
guess.
want to say yay, but I mean, I've seen Halo, and they had a big budget, and they made that, and it was yeah. I mean, from how I heard it ended, I'm really happy I didn't watch the rest of it. And I'm also happy I never paid for a subscription for Paramount Plus. I got that all for free, and I ended it and never want to touch Paramount Plus again.
Well, Paramount Plus is good. It's not Paramount Plus's fault that the Halo TV
Well,
show
I mean, I
sucked.
looked at the other stuff too. They don't really have that many things. Like if I had to choose between HBO Max or Paramount Plus, I'm gonna choose HBO Max. So Paramount Plus is okay. Even just looking at their other stuff, it's okay. From what I heard, also their new Star Trek show is also hot garbage. So
Well, my
I
dad
don't
likes
really
it, so
know. Yeah, I heard it was really bad, but I don't know. I don't really like Star Trek, so that doesn't really bother me. But I mean, the only thing that really I wanted to watch on there was that post-COVID thing with South Park, but I didn't end up watching that.
you want to talk about budgets? So the number one most expensive show on Netflix, obviously before the last season of Stranger Things, was The Crown at $13 million per episode. Amazon spent 10 million per episode on The Boys, which would have put it fifth on this list. It's tied with The Witcher for budget.
Okay, I was about to say Witcher was pretty crazy too, right?
Yeah, so
That
both
was
of them
okay.
cost 10 million per episode around to produce. So I mean, Amazon's. I mean, yeah. When you said they don't have the budget, I'm like, Amazon's the second biggest company in the world. They
Oh, I
have
know
plenty of
that, but
budgets.
I don't know how focused they are on their
They're
like.
very focused, man. They are.
That's fair.
Yeah, I like
I mean,
Amazon
I
a lot.
love the boys, so I don't have any
Yeah,
problem. I'm not saying their show's bad. I literally love the boys, and I'm so excited for season 3. Anyways, I probably won't be able to watch it. I'm still excited for it. I still want to watch that diabolical animated one.
yeah.
But
Honestly, Amazon's my second famous streaming thing behind HBO. Goes HBO,
really,
Amazon. I love Amazon. I think Amazon makes amazing television shows, dude. Panic is a fantastic TV show. They did a remake of I Know What You Did Last Summer which is from an old '90s movies that was I watched back in the day, starring I think Lindsay Lohan. Yeah, it was Lindsay Lohan. No, wait, no, that's not right at all. Don't listen to me. That's wrong. But anyway, Amazon makes really good shit. So I'm very excited. One for Mass Effect, super excited for that. And then I'm also very excited for God of War. Now, like you said, the bad thing is I'm so close to both of these franchises that if they do fuck them up, it's gonna suck. You know, like
Yeah.
the Halo show being messed up doesn't hit me that hard because I'm like, whatever. I don't care too much about Halo. I appreciate it for the history and what it's done for the video game industry, but like I don't care about it that much. I'm much more angry that if a game is screwed up than if an adaptation is screwed up of Halo. So
I do hope or the Horizon thing is good. I mean, I don't know. I feel like I have more faith in Netflix because, and I know Witcher isn't directly of just the video game, but I love that series, and I think they did an amazing job. But they also have Henry.
yeah,
So
they
I mean, it
had
really
like
depends
the
on who the actress to be, and also the director also is very important too because they need to actually like learn about what they're making and then make something from it. Because I don't think it's going to be one for one of the video game, which I think no one should expect any of these TV shows to probably ever be that. Because I really doubt even God of War is going to be exactly one for one. But I hope it's not so crazy different where it's like Halo, where it's all about his feelings, having sex with a girl dies. Sorry, I'm spoiling this for everyone. If you really care about the Halo show, I'm sorry. Um, and basically Cortana takes over his body to fight the Covenant,
dude.
Ratatouille style.
I like how you spoiled it, and then was like, "Oh fuck, sorry everybody, it doesn't matter."
It really
I was
doesn't. I'm
laughing
sorry.
because like I really wasn't paying attention. And then you said you started mumbling, and I was like, "What the fuck's he mumbling about?" Then I realized you were trying to like backtrack, like, "Oh shit, I'm sorry that good, I spoiled the entire show for you."
It's pretty much the entire show. Yeah.
Uh,
And side Asian chick that literally has no importance to the story, but they focus like 90% of the show on her. Forgot that part. Very important.
side
Very
note,
key to the Halo.
side note, you want to hear something cool? So the Fallout
What?
series is from the creators of Westworld.
Yes. Oh,
Yeah.
dude, Fallout, they have so much openness. So honestly, they can do anything. But as long as it's not like, as long as they have good storytelling, I think Fallout could be almost anything. So that's why I'm actually excited for that compared to these other two. Because at least Fallout, it has so much more openness to what they can do with it. They can make it anywhere, any place. They don't even have to go out. They can have like the same universe, some of the same stuff, vaults and etc. But they could put it anywhere. And honestly, that's what's great. I'm very excited for because I think they can nail it if they have a good director and they still kind of go off of the universe at least. Like they need to go with the universe, maybe put some reference there. Obviously, they'll put references in there, and then do something with it.
Yeah. And
And
then
now that
got
you said it's Westworld too, oh dude, I love Westworld, so I'm really excited for that. I
and
hope.
then it looks like the producers from The Expanse and The Wheel of Time are joining the God of War, so that makes me more excited. The Expanse is one of the best sci-fi shows I've seen recently. It's so good. If you like sci-fi, watch The Expanse. It's on Amazon as well. I'm telling you, man, Amazon makes good fucking shit, dude.
I'm not really excited for the Rings of Power, but I don't know. I mean, I'm
I
not gonna
love
lie,
Lord
the
of the Rings.
trailer wasn't that exciting.
I
But
mean,
I'm probably will still watch it at some
yeah.
point.
And then, well, like you were talking about earlier that like you don't think many adaptations are going to be one for one. From some of the leaked screens we've seen, The Last of Us is almost as one for one as you can get. So
I'll be surprised, huh?
I'm so excited, man. Can't
I don't
wait
know.
for
Is he gonna
that.
wear a mask? I just want to make fun of it. Is he gonna wear a helmet the entire?
Why would he
He's
wear a
gonna actually
helmet?
wear his helmet. I'm
He
joking.
doesn't have a helmet.
I know I'm joking. That's what I'm saying.
Hmm.
He doesn't actually have a helmet in the game, so he has to have
But
a helmet
I
in
can
the
see what you're saying.
show
It's
just
like
because.
if the God of
Yeah.
War adaptation comes out and like Kratos has hair, I'd be like, what the fuck, guys? Like it's the easiest thing
Yeah.
to get right. You just gotta shave his
Yeah.
head. It's not a hard concept to get right.
And the funny thing is, I'm pretty sure Master Chief, even though I'm pretty sure he's bald.
Oh yeah, no, he's
So
definitely bald.
yeah, Yeah,
Yeah,
so
because we've seen the back
uh,
of his head in
yeah,
Halo.
you see the
We've
back
never
of it,
seen
it's
his face.
bald.
Yeah.
So
All right, real
yeah,
quick. This next one, just a cool thing. Marvel has finally confirmed that a new Daredevil series. Oh my god, a new Daredevil
Saturday.
series is on the way, starring Charlie Cox and Vincent D'Onofrio. So, and apparently, I read a little bit more into it. It is a continuation of the original and not a reinterpretation. So that's good.
Yes,
Thumbs up.
let's
Thumbs up
go.
for Disney finally making the right decision.
Yes, because it actually works so well. Because I didn't like, I wasn't gonna rewatch the whole thing, but I did start watching the first episode again, and literally the first episode brings up what happens in Avengers. So
Yeah.
literally, it's literally a perfect adaptation where they can literally just go off of that and just continue from there. So I'm excited for that. I'm really happy about that, though I am a little confused with the whole Fisk thing. I hope they're going to explain that because, like, how it ended in season 3 of Daredevil, the whole thing that happened with Fisk, I'm just confused of where that connects with Hawkeye now that it's a part of the universe. So maybe they'll explain that. I'm not sure.
Hmm, I don't know. I'm just
But
excited.
we'll see.
I just love
Yeah,
Daredevil.
I am.
Yeah. So,
Oh, I am too.
all right,
It's ooh,
the big one. What did you think about Thor's abs? No,
perfect, man.
dude. Let me tell you what, dude was looking good as fuck. I got a little jealous. Anyway, all jokes aside, what did you think of the new Thor trailer?
A lot better than the first trailer, in my opinion.
I mean, I thought the
I
first.
am so first trailer was kind of
Uh,
okay. It wasn't really that exciting, but I feel like this one was so much more exciting. And it has me. I mean, I was already excited because I think Ragnarok was amazing. So I was already excited, but I don't think the trailer really got me hyped. And then after watching the second trailer, I am very hyped now. But I'm also going to try to keep my expectations to the middle because I seen Doctor Strange and I got unbelievably hyped for that. So
well,
I'm going to keep it in the middle from now
that
on.
was your hype. That was your fault for getting hyped from a movie that was never going to be what you wanted to be. Thor: Love and Thunder is going to be one of the best MCU movies of all time, and I don't care. My hype level's through the roof. I can't wait. I'm ready. Let's get it. This trailer looked really cool.
I hope so.
Uh, but see, I liked the first trailer. I thought the first trailer gave me exactly what I wanted. I wanted the same tone as Ragnarok, and it got me that, dude. And then this trailer, same thing. When he was training in like the training montage, shit's so good.
Yeah, I'm really excited
He's
about that.
he's doing the battle ropes with the big ass chains. Oh god, it's so good. I can't wait, man. And then hey, Jane Foster looking pretty good if you ask me.
Yeah,
And then
I'm a little confused about why they brought her back, but I guess we'll see.
oh
So
yeah,
I don't know.
it'll explain.
Because I thought she didn't want to be a part of the MCU. I thought that was like the whole point of why she wasn't still in it.
She didn't, which is why she left for so long. Natalie Portman was kind of disenfranchised, but that was quite a few years ago. So apparently they've worked out their differences, and now they brought her back. And I mean, it makes sense because like it makes zero sense for her to be in Ragnarok because how would she be there in Ragnarok?
That's true. Yeah.
So I think they have a good like get out of jail free card. Um, and then in all the other Avengers movies, she doesn't really have a place. She's mentioned in Ultron as just like hey, she's doing this. And then
Oh yeah,
obviously,
yeah.
in Infinity War, he's off world for the entire time, and Endgame. She honestly, she's probably gone in Endgame, but
That's true. Yeah.
the chance is 50-50. So but yeah, I think story wise, obviously they'll have to explain how everything happened to her, and I'm sure they'll find a very funny, humorous way to do it because it is Taika Waititi. But I'm just man, I can't. You flexed too hard, damn it! Oh, it's so good. I can't wait for
I
this
also
movie, dude.
I love like how you like knew year and what day and what hour it was that like he finally sees her again.
Yeah,
She's like how long has it been? He like knew
he's
exactly.
like
And
yada
I'm
yada
like,
yada, but
this
who's
is so
counting?
perfect from
Dude,
like where Endgame was, where he was like talking about that. Like, oh, I'm so excited. I am really excited for the movie, but like, let
isn't
me
it
keep my
crazy how
expectations.
Like the first Thor movie came out, shrug the shoulders. It was whatever. It's fine. I've learned to appreciate it more as time goes on. As time has gone on. Then second Thor movie came out, sucked. Then obviously we got him in Avengers and Age of Ultron. You know, still the kind of dark, depressing. And then Infinity War, and then we hit Ragnarok. Well, I guess it goes Ragnarok, and then Infinity War, and then
Yeah.
Endgame, and like his character is entirely morphed to a very different character, but he still wears the same baggage. And honestly, I think he's the most exciting character in the MCU because he's the more fresh character. He's the more nuanced because he is this humorous character. He is like this joking character now, but we still know he has all this nuance and backstory and history. His entire civilization and family is like died. And you see those implications in Infinity War when Rocket's talking to him, and you see the weight of that behind there. So there's always that opportunity that, you know, at any time, this super fun and lightweight movie can go dark. And it may or may not do this, and it probably won't. It's probably going to keep it pretty light, you know. But every time Thor pops up, I get really excited because, in my opinion, he's the best character we have left in the MCU if you consider that Spider-Man is really no longer a part of the MCU after No Way Home. He's kind of his own thing now.
I don't know. Well, no, no. I mean, I don't know about Spider-Man going away, but I do think he's coming back.
I
But
just I see him as like a separate entity in the MCU now. So,
that's fair. But
yeah.
yeah, no. I mean, well, also Thor is like the last OG
Yeah.
person in my
Yeah.
opinion. So yeah, I'm really. He is obviously the most exciting, and that's why I'm even more excited for this. Like, I am very excited for it. So I can't wait, and I wonder how it's gonna connect with the MCU, and I don't know, maybe hopefully this movie will actually be a push forward and finally explain where they're going to start going with the MCU. But I keep saying that with every movie,
I
and
I
it's never
actually
going to push it forward.
I think the only thing this movie's gonna push forward is setting up Guardians 3.
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think obviously this is obviously right after we're gonna go back to see what new Asgard looks like. You see that in the trailer. But I think
yeah,
this is clearly like the first part of the movie is, or maybe the first third or the first act of the movie is gonna be his adventures with the Guardians, and maybe we get a little bit about his search for Gamora, not Thor's, Peter Quill's search for Gamora, and just a little bit of a taste of what's going to happen in Guardians 3. And then in Act 2, they separate, because it looks like they separate in the trailer. So they separate and they both go off on their own ways, and that's where Guardians 3 will pick up, and then this movie goes on. But I don't think you'll get too much implications for what the hell is happening in the MCU. But either way, I'm just really excited for this movie because I said Ragnarok's one of my favorites, and we just got a horror movie in the MCU, and while it was okay, I think a full-fledged comedy works a lot better for the MCU.
yes,
So all right, let's go ahead and what, 2.5 hours. Let's run through everything announced at Star Wars Celebration. Give us a short reaction to everything that we're going to talk about real quick. By the way, I'm talking to you, Logan. I know I phrased it as I was talking to the people who are listening, but I didn't mean it like that. So, like I said, Star Wars Celebration happened this week, and we're going to go through a list, tell you some of the things that were announced, tell you what our opinions of them are, and if we're excited for them. So first thing first, Star Wars Andor. The trailer and release date was revealed. Logan, take it away, sir, because you already know how I feel about this character. So
oh, I'm interested. I'm not like pumped for it, to be honest, but I am still kind of excited for it. I mean, he's not my favorite character from that movie, so. But I mean, I guess it's still interesting enough to learn about his backstory. But there's nothing like about this where I'm like, wow, I can't wait. I mean, it is a little weird that they picked him out of anyone to make
yeah,
a show about.
I
But
mean I'm excited. The only reason at all I'm vaguely excited about this is literally there's Mon Mothma in there, and that's it. That's all I care. I hate this character. I think he is easily the worst part of Rogue One. He is the least interesting character. He grinds the movie to a halt, in my opinion, every time he's on screen. I do not like this character in Star Wars, and I don't give a flying fuck about him.
I don't really care about him either. I mean, I don't think
I, I'm
he
I'm
was
way more
more
vivid
he
with
was
my hate
more
than
of
you are,
a
but
he was more of like a barrier in the movie, in my opinion. He just kind of did a lot of stupid things at the worst moments, but I still love that movie though. But I'm not really excited for him. I mean, again, I think it's a really weird decision
yeah,
to
it's
pick
like why?
him to make a show about because he's like, I don't think anyone that's seen Rogue One was like, I really want to know his backstory, but I don't care. I don't, and that's why when I first seen the trailer, I'm like, wait, what is this about? And then I learned about it was about him, and I'm like, oh,
And also,
okay.
dude, I don't know what Disney's up to, but man, they are all in on this. The first season will consist of 12 episodes, and a second part is already in the works with another 12 episodes. Are you serious? Like, do Star Wars fans like this character this much? Because I'm gonna go on a limb here and say no, we don't.
Yeah, I don't think
I,
anyone really cares.
yeah, like I don't know what Disney sees in this character that people think he's so interesting for. Like, even like when the reviews were rolling out of Rogue One, people are like, yeah, he's fine, I guess. Like, I think that was the best I heard about him was like he's a fine character. There's nothing bad about him. Where I thought it was pretty bad, but I think the best thing I heard about him was a shrug of the shoulders and a wave goodbye. Maybe I'm off base. Maybe
No, you're not wrong on this. He's definitely not. Well, I don't know.
no. I'm saying maybe
Star
I'm
Wars
off base
fans,
about how people like feel about him.
that's fair. I mean,
I know how I feel about him.
Star Wars fans are very hit or miss. Like I am a huge Star Wars fan, but I do have a taste for what is good and what is bad in Star Wars. And yeah, I'm not really excited for this. I'm gonna watch it because it's Star Wars. Maybe it's really good. I mean, I don't know. I mean, heck, Boba Fett, the thing I was really pumped for, ended up not being that great, and he was a good character. So, I mean, other than 3 episodes, which I mean, you need to watch it still, Mike, because at least 3 episodes. I can give you the exact 3 episodes you can watch
Just
if you
skip
don't
over
really want to
those.
watch. Well, no, 3 of them that you do need to watch.
Oh, okay,
The
okay,
rest you can
okay.
skip over if you really
It's
want
pretty
to.
much the ones with Mando in it, right?
Yeah, it's literally Mandalorian season
Yeah.
2.5.
2.5, yeah.
That's literally what it is.
Because
Like
I,
those episodes are amazing,
yeah.
amazing. But the ones with the Boba Fett, I don't know who wrote these. I cannot believe it was John Favreau. I literally choose not to believe he's the one who wrote those episodes because you watch the Mandalorian 3 episodes in that show, and they are like a cajillion times better than the actual episodes about Boba Fett. But that's also because they added in these stupid new characters, which are basically High School Musical characters that ride scooters that are robot people that literally have the worst chase scene in all Star Wars history. And literally, it's just so dumb. And then all of them act so cringy and stupid. And it's like, is this Boba Fett? Like, this is what we've been waiting for. You watch Mandalorian season 2, and he's so much cooler in that show than he ever was in his actual own show. He just was, it was lame. I mean, the only thing I liked about it was it told us why he's alive, which I thought was interesting. It was cool. It was interesting to show how he's still all around. But it was mostly the Mandalorian episodes that I was like, wow, these are sick. Which is funny because like basically he took over the show when it was literally supposed to be about Boba Fett. So
Because Mando
yeah.
is one of the best characters in Star Wars right now.
I mean basically anymore,
I
yeah.
mean, I think it's pretty easy to say that he's easily top 3 in Disney Star Wars, if not clear the number 1. I have to double check on everything like that, but
But yeah,
he's a phenomenal character in Disney Star Wars. Now, whether how he ranks with the whole of Star Wars, that's one of the two.
but yeah, you definitely have to watch those 3 episodes in Boba Fett because
I'm
they
gonna
are
watch the whole thing.
literally yeah, yeah.
I'm getting back into TV and all that. There's the lulls and games. I still want to keep playing. I still want to put like 10 hours or so into gaming every single week. I'm kind of giving myself a line here, but also I do want to catch up on some more stuff. I got Miss Marvel coming out, which I know you are zero excitement about that, but
I'm still gonna watch it.
I'm excited.
I'm still gonna watch
Then
it.
Fucking She-Hulk. God.
By the way, I was completely joking when I was down there, though. I am not excited.
Oh, why? Were you like fronting for Amy or something?
No, I was just joking with you to see how
Oh,
you would act if I was
God.
like, oh yeah,
I don't know why.
She-Hulk.
I had a vivid reaction to that trailer, dude. I was just excited about it. Like I thought it was cool, a cool concept when I first read about it, and then the trailer came out, and I was just kind of stunned. I was like, "The fuck was that?" Like yeah, the characterization isn't that great or anything like that. Yeah, that's annoying. Or the whole political agenda stuff is whatever. I don't care too much about that stuff because the show isn't. There's a whole show outside of that, but it looked awful. It looked like a children's show.
And honestly, it almost looked like they were trying to make She-Hulk really attractive the entire time too.
Yeah, it did. They were
Like they're
like,
like, "Oh, your ass looks nice." I'm like, "Where's why?
it
Why
it
are we talking about this right now?" I mean,
it
yeah,
it literally felt like they saw the reaction to Lady Dimitrescu from Resident Evil 8, and they said, "Oh, let's get that. Let's get Simps involved."
literally.
And I was like, "Huh, weird choice," because the reason people love that character so much is because she wasn't originally supposed to be what she was. People had a response to her, and then the game was never changed or adapted to further that response. That response is just how fans reacted to it. When you create
Yeah,
something that is purposefully supposed to do a individual thing, the likelihood of it doing that individual thing that you created for is less and less and less the more you focus on it. That's one of the key tenets of narrative writing and everything like that. And that's one thing that was one of the first things I learned in class is like, don't ever try to write a character in a certain way. Give him emotions and give him reactions, and then let that be the basis for how people react to your character. Don't ever try to build like a sexy character. Make her reactions and make the way that she develops into that sexiness. It's one of the core tenets of learning how to write a narrative, at least in the school that I went to. So maybe I can write this show better. So I went on a rampage there. I really did not like that trailer. Going
that's
back
fair.
to Star Wars, our next show that we
Yeah,
saw outside of, well, yeah, Star Wars Jedi Survivor, the next thing that we saw was a first look tease at Ahsoka, the show I am most excited about in Star Wars. We saw the live action of Ezra Sabine, Hera, and Chopper from Rebels.
yeah.
Well, okay, I know you don't like the characters, but it's Ahsoka, man. Get with the fucking program. This is going to
That's
be,
literally the only thing that I'm excited about.
yeah. I can't
I
wait for
just
this, man.
Rebels is such a stain in the Star Wars. I mean, other than the sequels too, but like
Literally only the
those are a big
first.
stain
Okay,
to the
first of
universe.
all,
No,
let's
all of that show
let's
is
take a
gross.
let's take a time out. There's quite a few stains on the Star Wars as a whole.
That's fair,
Coming
yeah.
from a
But this
massive fan and supporter, there's quite a few stains on Star Wars. Honestly, more than in most other franchises.
it's just
But
so bad.
the first season of Rebels is pretty bad. Second
All of it
season,
is.
no, it's not. Fuck off.
It's all garbage. It's
No, it's
so
not. It's
bad.
just not
Dude,
made for
even the last
adults.
episode was garbage.
No, it's
But here's the
not.
difference. Here's the difference. You can make a show
Bro.
that's not specifically watch Clone Wars, then watch Rebels.
Yeah, Clone
There is
Wars
a
is garbage.
complete difference. Okay, you know what, Mike? You're wrong. I don't know
Oh.
where you thought that show was, but you
No.
watched the Rebels. You're saying there's a
I love
fine
Clone
line.
Wars.
Dude, yeah, I'm about to say. I
Yeah,
was
no.
like, what?
I will tell you that I don't think Rebels is that great. I don't think it's as bad as you make it out to be. I don't love it. Like I remember being very bored in that first season, but then when you get to the Ahsoka stuff and you get to the Darth Vader stuff, it for me personally, it hits hard, especially some of the Obi-Wan stuff and then when they bring in fucking horny guy. Not like sexually horny, like he has horns on him. Oh my god, Darth Maul. There we go. When he
Yeah.
brings in Maul, um, I think that's where it gets good just from a more nostalgia based and story driven based. But I will agree with you that it's not very great. I just don't think it's like vividly bad like you do.
Again, if they made it like okay, like the Clone does it perfectly. At least the later seasons do. I know the first two seasons are a little more kiddish compared to the rest of the series, I feel like.
Yeah,
But
the first
like
couple seasons of Clone Wars are a
yeah,
little.
yeah, because those
Yeah.
were Cartoon Network more, but they I mean they still were Cartoon Network, but they definitely started to find a fine line where I felt like Rebels just stayed on that line and just went forward. Didn't even like adapt, nothing. I like where Clone Wars was because Clone Wars is like the perfect mix between it's meant for children, but it also is pretty dark. And some really deep, crazy stuff happens in it where like people die, brutal things happen in it. And then like Rebels the entire time, they even ruin characters that I love. Like they ruined Captain Rex. They made him some childish, weird, crazy, cartoony guy. And then the one pirate dude that you find in the later part of the seasons, like he was more dark and more, menacing in the Clone Wars, and then you got him in the Rebels, super cartoonish again. And I'm like, why are you ruining all these characters? And then these are now lore friendly versions of these characters now. They are stained. That is like it's just like what Captain Marvel did to Nick Fury. I don't have the same response to Nick Fury anymore because of that movie. Like it literally ruins characters, and it's hard. I like Ahsoka, but like I mean, I guess she didn't really do anything wrong in that show. She seemed pretty normal. She's probably the most
No.
normal, the only character that
Ahsoka's
probably stayed on her
yeah.
line of being normal compared to
Ahsoka's
everyone else.
Ahsoka's the best character in Rebels, and she's one of my, I would say, favorite I guess outside characters. And what I mean by that is like, obviously Ahsoka is outside of the main scope of the Skywalker story. But for
Yeah.
those of us Star Wars fans know that Ahsoka is a phenomenal character.
Yeah, I love her story. I think
Yeah.
it's so good, and I like it all the way. And I mean, I haven't watched all Rebels. I mean, kind of feel like I need to because there are some things that are lore in there, but
Just
it's
just literally
so hard
go to
to get through that
YouTube and
show.
type in Ahsoka story and Rebels and just watch the fucking replays of that.
That's fair.
And then
Yeah,
watch the Obi-Wan and Maul storyline. To be fair, that's only like 2 episodes, so you could easily watch that
that's
conclusion.
fair.
But dude, the fight at the end of that, so cool. Anyway, going on, next thing announced, Star Wars: The Skeleton Crew was officially announced and timed for 2023. Star Wars, oh my god, Star Wars: Skeleton Crew is an official oh my god, I can't read. As a new Disney Plus original series that will launch in 2023 and star Jude Law, created by Spider-Man No Way Home's John Watts and Christopher Ford. Star Wars: The Skeleton Crew will follow a group of 10-year-old kids from a small planet who get lost in that galaxy far, far away. That's weird. Why would you say that? And must try to find their way home. The story will take place after Return of the Jedi and will fit within the timelines of The Mandalorian and Ahsoka. It seems interesting. I'm more excited about who's making it than I am about the idea of the show.
Wait, is it animated?
No, this is live
Oh, it's
action.
like a live action. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. I don't know much about that one.
I don't know too much
Really.
about it, but just from this thing, it'll follow a group of 10-year-old kids from a small planet who get lost in a galaxy far, far away and must try to find their way home. Um,
Hmm.
I said I'm more excited about, obviously Jude Law starring and it's cool, and the creators of Spider-Man No Way Home. I'm more excited about that than I am about the concept of the show. The concept of the show seems a little weird to make it
Let's
a
see.
live
Yeah.
action show,
Yeah. I
It's more
guess
of
we'll
an
see.
anime. Speaking of live action, The Mandalorian 3 is finally announced to be coming 2023 and it will premiere in February. And it showed off a bunch of more footage, or not, I guess not a bunch, but some more footage, including the looming conflict with Bo-Katan and some other stuff. Hey, Carl Weathers was in there. That was cool, right? I'm gonna be
And what?
honest.
I don't
I
know if
didn't
I even
watch
watched
this
this
because I
either.
don't want to watch it. I just want to see the show. I don't want to watch anything about it. I just want to, when the show comes out, I want to watch it.
That's fair.
Yeah. So, but Carl Weathers is the guy who I can't think of his name. Whatever. Fuck it. I'm moving on. It's Mando. Of course we're excited about it. I don't want to talk
Oh
about
yeah,
it because
yeah.
I
I
don't.
don't. I
Yeah,
don't think there's much to
yeah.
say.
It's
It's Mandalorian. We're all excited, I
it's Mando
guess.
season 3. I'm be there day one. I can't wait.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but I don't want to watch anything about it because I don't want to see anything. I just want to sit down, watch the first episode, and whatever happens, I want to be completely surprised and shocked by it. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Next thing, Star Wars Bad Batch season 2 trailer and official confirmation for fall 2022. Logan, I know you like the
Right.
Bad Batch.
Oh yes, I am so excited. Yeah, this is like basically what I want the Rebels to be. Again, it's a continuation, same art style as Clone Wars, freaking, and you could definitely tell they definitely went back to their roots because it is so much better than the Rebels, the show. So there's definitely like a character that I understand why maybe some people may not like it, but she gets better and it's really good and very interesting and it has a lot of lore stuff. And as always, I love clone troopers and I love learning about that stuff. And I like that this takes place after well, during Order 66, and it's like basically the end of episode 3. So, yeah, it is awesome. I really, really like this show, and I'm really curious to see where it goes.
Star Wars Visions Volume 2 has been announced to finally come back spring 2023. Logan, did you watch Star Wars Visions?
I did.
Did
It's
you like it?
freaking awesome.
Yeah?
Yeah,
I'll have to see
I
it.
I, I really like. It's kind of. It reminds me of the Netflix Love, Death, and Robots because it's basically literally just like, hey, you guys are all really good creators, all anime creators. Here, just make some cool shorts for Star Wars, and that's what they are. They're really cool. I think the best one is the first episode, I believe, of the first collection. It's like a samurai one, and ooh, it is awesome. I highly recommend watching it. It's very short. It's like what was it? Like 10 minutes, I think. 10, 15 minutes, I think, the thing. So
Okay,
it's really cool.
I'll check it out. Star Wars Tales of the Jedi, an animated series featuring Ahsoka, Count Dooku, and Liam Neeson's Qui-Gon Jinn, was announced. No date on this yet, but I'll tell you what, this is probably my most exciting announcement from this whole thing. I thought this looked so fucking cool. I think the idea is cool of it being an anthology of just animated shorts telling
Yeah, I'm
different
excited for it
stories.
too.
Because the only thing I desperately want, and I'm about to talk about how they finally gave it to us in the way that I don't fucking want, but I just want them to explore different time periods in Star Wars. Like, you have this entire mythos set up, and all your shit is focused on a 50-year gap. Move away from it, please. Give us more shit. You have thousands and thousands of years of history that you can dig into anywhere, anytime, and you still are focusing on 50 years or so from the time of the fall of the Republic to the rise of, well, the First Order and the fall of the First Order and all that. Let's just say the fall of the Empire, because the First Order doesn't matter. Like that's where everything is. Everything in Star Wars is focused in those time areas. Like yeah, it's a cool era. It's an era of strife and political intrigue and warfare and all that. But you're telling me the old Republic wasn't full of warfare? You're telling me the High Republic at the dawn, at the height of the Jedi's power, wouldn't be cool to see them policing the universe in the way that we don't see them like act like that in the prequels? Like, please, can we move in that? And on that, we're finally getting a TV show set in the High Republic, but it's a fucking kids show.
I know, right?
I was so mad because
Yeah, I
literally,
seen that, and I'm like,
I
really?
I saw it come across my screen and it says Star Wars is getting a High Republic show. I was like, fuck yes! I got so hyped. I clicked on the link. It said it's a kids show. I'm like, fuck off. I'm done. I
I
literally
mean, if it's
like
like a Clone Wars kid show, then I can be excited. But it's probably gonna be kid show.
it's aimed at pre-kindergarten children.
Okay, yeah. Well, uh,
But it's
why?
that you're telling me that's the first thing we get set during the High Republic. That's what you're gonna give to us first, set during one of the most There's three main influential time periods in Star Wars lore: the Old Republic, the High Republic, and the Empire years. I don't actually know what they're called. The Skywalker years. Those are the three biggest time periods in Star Wars lore. And the first thing you're gonna give us, and it's something different than the Skywalker, is a kindergarten show set during one of the coolest times of the Jedi Order. Cool. Thanks, Disney. Oh, dude, I was so mad when I read that because like the rest of the stuff is cool. You know, I'm excited about Ahsoka. Skeleton Crew seems a little weird to be making a live action, but I'll judge it when it comes here. Mando, can't wait for. I know you like Bad Batch. I've heard nothing but good things. I just have to get to watching it. Obviously, Kenobi just came out. We're getting the Ahsoka TV series. I thought Tales of the Jedi looked cool. Like most of this is all really really cool stuff. And then I get hit with a slap in the fucking face of everything that I've wanted from Disney Star Wars. And then you go, here is what you want, but in the way that nobody wants it to be done. And then there's Andor. Fuck
Yeah,
you, Andor.
I'm I'm gonna watch it, but like
I
I
was
don't
gonna
know
watch it, but
who.
12 episodes? You gave Kenobi 6. But you're gonna
Yeah,
give
that's
Andor 24?
that's kind of crazy.
What?
Wait, I didn't know, but Obi-Wan only was gonna have 6. That really kind of sucks.
Yeah,
Dang,
yeah,
what
and
the
it's
heck?
and it's just a one-off, which I actually liked that it was just a one-off. I think that works best for it because
That's
it's
fair.
it's more like focused on being like a movie-ish thing, you know.
Dang, I'm really curious then, because like, I mean, there's been stuff that's happened, but I don't feel like a ton has happened in the first 2 episodes, and there's only 4 more episodes to go.
I believe maybe they
Okay.
expanded it, but let me see. Kenobi episode count 2. I know there's been 2. How many other how many other gotta be? Damn it.
Yeah. Uh,
Uh, yeah, 6. Each ranging from 40 to 60 minutes.
dang. Okay. Well,
So enjoy them while
I'm
they're
still
here.
really excited. It's good. It's just I kind of wish there was like I really don't like how Disney keeps doing this 6 episode season thing. Like I feel like it's kind of very short for a lot of their shows. Like I don't feel like they get enough time
See,
to
I
really do.
I like it. See, I like the MCU shows with the idea. By the way, I'm going away obviously from Star Wars, but like the idea of like the one-offs. They're just elongated movies. Like
Yeah.
the Loki series is what it is, and we're not gonna get a season 2, even though I'm pretty sure we're gonna get a season 2 from that, or at
Oh,
least
we
like,
definitely are.
yeah.
Did you
But
watch it
like,
yet?
no. But like that's not really what I want from these shows because I got like it's so much fucking TV to watch. Like I think Peyton and I did very easy math, and we're talking about hundreds and hundreds of hours of stuff you're gonna have to watch just get caught up like by next year. You're gonna have 6
Yeah.
TV shows to watch, 28 movies, and none of those numbers are bloated. Those are factual numbers, and like that just sounds ridiculous. And each one of those TV shows, each one of those 6 TV shows consists of six to 8 episodes. Each episode at 40 to 50 minutes. Like, are you fucking kidding me, bro? I don't know. That's when the MCU announced and Disney announced they were moving into producing live action television stuff for these 2 big franchises. That's the one thing I was worried about. It's like, and then they announced Kenobi as being just a mini series. I was like, cool, I like that. Just give me one-offs. It's easy to catch up on. I don't have to keep up with it for years on end. Nope. What I do with Kenobi, but everything else, no. All right, you want to move on to the final thing?
Yep.
All right. Well, or at least I like to look at box office numbers. So the final thing every single week of Movie Talk is the weekend box office. And for the weekend of May 27th to May 30th, also known as Memorial Day weekend, Top Gun Maverick won the weekend with $160 million. Congratulations on that. That's honestly a phenomenal number. It's Tom Cruise's biggest movie opening of all time. Coming in second place was Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness at 20.3 million. And coming in third is the Bob's Burgers movie, which I did not know existed until this exact moment. Came in at 14.8 million. The Downton Abbey movie at 7.4. And rounding out the top 5 is The Bad Guys at $5.6 million. So congratulations, Top Gun. It deserves every dollar of that 160 million that it earned. I'm glad to see it happen. And cool. Doctor Strange still somehow making money. Logan.
Uh, I don't really know what to say about any of those.
Oh,
Really.
just you have anything? So
Um, no, not
no,
really. I
no.
mean, I guess Bob's Burgers.
Yeah, did not know that was a thing that existed until this exact moment.
I did see that that movie was gonna come out, but I had no idea when trailer for it, and then I guess it already released. Okay, I was kind of like under the radar. Like you didn't see any trailers for it, nothing. Huh?
Yeah.
Interesting. I want to see it though. I like Bob's Burgers, so
Top Gun in its first weekend is now number 7 in the 2022 worldwide box office, right behind Sonic the Hedgehog at number 6, Fantastic Beasts number 5, Uncharted somehow at number 4, Watergate Bridge at number 3, The Batman at number 2, and Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness solidified as the number 1 movie so far of 2022. Speaking of that, do you think Thor's going to be able to beat Doctor Strange?
oh yes,
Yeah, I think
100%.
Thor's going to blow it out of the
It's
water,
gonna
dude.
demolish it.
Yeah,
It's gonna just come out of nowhere and boop, done.
but hey, congratulations on the Batman. 770 million. It's not a $1 billion movie, but the DC movies haven't really been making that much as of late, so congratulations. I think it's cool.
Yeah, it is
Also,
cool.
way to go Uncharted. Still don't know how you
Don't
made
know how.
$401 million, but you fucking did it. So congratulations. Honestly, I do. It's literally Tom Holland, but they
That's fair.
they put
That's
Tom
fair.
Holland in it, and the movie made $400 million. Now, saying that, Chaos Walking disastrous at the box office, but I pay out to compare that. People understand that Uncharted's a much better movie than Chaos Walking, considering Chaos Walking is awful.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else you have on anything we talked about, brother?
No, I don't believe so.
Okay, well, ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to the end of Around the Point, our weekly news and pop culture. Wait, our weekly news section. If you have anything to talk about, whether that be anything we talked about the games, PlayStation coming out with a new state of play, KOTOR coming out, are you excited about MultiVersus, or any of the movie stuff we talked about, let us know your reactions down below, please. Now we're going to go on to our final 2 sections, review roundup for the 2 weeks that we've been missing. On May 17th, Umaragi Generations came out, scored a 82. Tennis Manager came out and got a 70. On May 19th, Vampire the Masquerade Swan Song came out, scored a 69. Heyo. Eternal
Hey,
Threads came out, scored a 72. Deadcraft scored a 74. And Snow Brothers, Nick and Tom Special, got a 59. On May 20th, Cotton Fantasy came out and got a 79. Man, that game, that could, depending on what that game is, that could be a very bad game.
yeah, I can.
Dolman came out and scored a 57. On May 24th, Token Ranabu Warriors came out and scored a 62. On May 25th, the long-awaited Roller Champions came out and scored a 67. May 26th, Sniper Elite 5 got a 79. And then on May 20... Wait, I meant 26. Then on May 27th, Pac-Man Museum Plus got a 77. KO the Kangaroo got a 69. And Arcade Spirits,
Hey,
the new challenges, got an 84. Do you remember Roller Champions, man?
no, I
Really?
mean,
Ubisoft,
yeah.
I believe that was I think it was a Ubisoft like sports title game that looked really cool when they first showed it off, and then you didn't hear anything about it until I literally put this thing together. I was like, oh fuck, that game came out. I was like, what?
Hey, just like Skull and Bones, dude. Skull and Bones is coming pretty soon.
Yeah, 2027, dude.
I can't believe that game
It's
still hasn't been released.
Hey, but you know what? I actually was watching some stuff on Sniper Elite 4, and I like the Sniper
You
Elite
mean five?
games. What did it say?
You said four. I'm
Oh,
joking with you.
oh yeah, 5. Because okay,
Yeah.
I was gonna say I played 3. I didn't play 4. I was thinking of 4
Yeah,
in my
four
head.
was
So.
like I never played them. I played three, but I never really four.
But hey, I watched some reviews on this Sniper Elite 5. Looks like a good game. Looks really cool. Looks like Sniper Elite. So that it.
Yeah, it's
it
like more open ended, I
yeah,
think, now.
I mean it's
So
one
it's
of those. It's one of those franchises that has like consistently been what it is, and it knows what it
yeah.
is, and its fans like it, which sometimes is all you need.
It does look pretty fun though.
And then
I actually would
KO
it's on Game Pass, so
KO the Kangaroo. Did you ever play that game back in the day? This is a remake of it, so
I've heard about it, never played it.
yeah, it's one of those original 3D platformers. Came out way back in the day.
Yeah, isn't he like orange and he has like a he's got like a bang a boomerang?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So anything you're gonna play on here? Honestly, Sniper Elite being on Game Pass might actually make me want to get Game Pass.
Yeah, I was actually tempted to download it because I'm like, hey, it's free, and I do like the Sniper Elite games. They're short, like not super short, but they're short
Yeah, it's like 12
and
hours
they're
about.
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it's super, and the new open endedness of it is pretty cool. And I also like the new addition to like you can actually like invade people like Dark Souls and literally snipe people while they're that is pretty cool actually. So
Snipe.
snipe.
All right. A final section for the week of this week, which I forgot the date. The last week of May. There we go. Out this week on May 31st, SnowRunner comes out on PS5, Xbox Series X and S. On June 1st, Silt comes out on PS5, PS4, Xbox Series X and X, Switch, and PC. On June 2nd, Card Shark comes out on Switch and PC. Diablo Immortal comes out on iOS and Android. Gig Apocalypse comes out on PlayStation, Xbox consoles, and Switch. Soladiers comes out on PS5, PS4, Xbox Series X and S, Switch, and PC. And Unexplored 2, The Wayfarer's Legacy, comes out on Xbox Series X and S, PS4, PS5, and PC. Well, I mean, I guess I'll ask, do you have anything on these?
I have a real question, Mike. Do you even have a phone?
What do you mean?
Do you not? Okay, so
Did I miss
I
a
thought
joke
you'd get the
somewhere?
reference. Yeah, it's for
Oh,
Diablo
yeah,
Immortal.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we go stage
The
and everybody's mad because like they were waiting for a new Diablo to be announced, and he's like, "We're doing Diablo Immortal," and then at the end he brings up about it's only going to be on phone, and someone's like, is it going to be on PC?" And the dude's like, "No, it's going to be on the phone." He's like, "Do you guys even have a phone?" And it's like, what? Like nobody wants Diablo on the
what
phone,
you
and I
mean,
just think that's
bro?
funny. Yeah. That's all I can think about. I thought that game already came out by now. I mean, that
Dude,
game got announced like forever ago. It seems like.
if I'm gonna be honest, yeah, pretty much everything that came out over the past couple weeks or came out, I thought was already out. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, I did too. I
Like
really had no idea.
you really remember when we got in that whole kerfuffle about Vampire the Masquerade? Because I don't know,
Yeah.
yeah. Turns out, yeah, I was very excited. From everything I saw, it's pretty sucky.
What? Which one? Oh, Vampire.
Yeah, Swan Song.
Yeah.
I guess I'll just hold off till Bloodlines, because at least I know that Bloodlines
Well,
2
I don't
was
know, dude.
good.
It's 69.
I
It's
mean, hey,
pretty
yeah,
good.
good
Ew.
score. Good score, but bad game.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm excited
Oh.
for Sniper Elite 5 though. I kind of forgot about that game coming out, and then it came out, and I looked at the stuff for it, and it actually looks pretty fun. And they added a lot of new like customizations to your guns and stuff. So
Yeah,
yeah,
it's one of those games that knows what it is and makes the game for the people that want to play the game, which I think we're missing in the video game industry anymore. We're missing those sort of middling games, that come out 12, 15 hours, you know. None of them are going to blow the world apart. None of them are going to be, the next God of War or the next Gears or whatever. They're not going to be the next big thing, but, they have fans, people like them, they come out. And that's what this game is. That's what Maneater was a couple years ago, that shark game that I loved.
yeah, yeah.
That game is so fucking cool, dude. I platinumed the shit out of that. Sony has Pixel Opus, and they kind of sit kind of in that mid tier range. And I think I miss those kind of games, man. I
It
miss those
reminds me
kind
of
of
back like in the day when they used to like for example, like when they would come out like military games, but they'd
yeah,
come out with like 5 in 1 year.
yeah, just
They'd
like
be made by the same company.
mid tier games take 10 hours a beat. You can get in and out, and just be done with life.
Yeah, I do like those. I like some short games like that, and that's why I like Sniper Elite. I think it's like I know what it is. I mean, that's how I used to feel about Ubisoft games too. Like, they were like they'll come out and I know I would like them, and I know that they're not like the most high tier games, but I thought they were. I mean, well, I guess old Ubisoft was a lot more high tier, but now where they are and well, where they become, it's
I mean,
they're kind of like in that area now.
old Ubisoft defined a generation, or defined a genre, and now
Well, that's fair, yeah.
they have driven that genre into the ground, but they define the genre. It's a reason why people say it's a Ubisoft game.
That's true.
And it's people it feels like a Ubisoft game. Like saying it's a Ubisoft game, yes, has a negative connotation in today's video game industry, but that wasn't always negative. And in fact, it's only recently been negative in the past, 4 or so years.
Yeah.
So, again, we're gonna end the episode like we always end the episode. It's sad to see what Ubisoft has become. I feel like a broken record talking about Ubisoft, man. Like, can they do anything right? Ever?
Maybe they'll make a 360. You know, they'll switch around.
Oh,
Maybe
I don't know. I don't know why. You said maybe they'll make a 360. I thought you meant like they would make an Xbox 360. I was like, what? I was like, what the fuck? I thought you were like,
why not?
I thought you were trying to be creative. Like maybe they'll make a video game console.
That would be pretty funny.
What would that be called? Ubisoft.
What would you call it?
What's the NFT system? What's that called? It starts with B.
There's an NFT system.
Oh yeah, they have a whole program for NFTs. Ubisoft. I forgot what it's called. It's called Ubisoft blank. I'm pretty sure it starts with B.
Oh, dang. I have no idea, to be honest.
That's what they're gonna call the console.
Yeah.
Bro, did you see that Displate? A company that I love is now doing NFT stuff. You can buy a Displate design in NFT. I'm like, why? Who the fuck cares if you have a digital version of a poster? That's the fucking stupidest thing ever. Anyway, on that lovely note, let's roll on out of here. Ladies and gentlemen, this brings us to the end of our show. Everyone who has either been watching or listening, we just want to take this time and thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Without your support, we could not be doing what we're attempting to do and continuing to do here at the Experience Point. However, please continue to help us grow by telling everyone how awesome we are. Or if you don't like us, keep that to yourself, please. We really appreciate it. Logan, any last words?
Make sure to watch Obi-Wan and Stranger Things, everyone. And as always,
it's called
very excited.
Fucking Kenobi. What? It's called Kenobi. It's not called Obi-Wan.
Actually, you're wrong. When it pops up the intro, it literally says Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Oh, dude, that's bullshit. They call it Kenobi.
Yeah, I know, right?
That's bullshit.
Yeah, if you get to the... Which, by the way, the intro... I know this is a weird way to end this. By the way, the intro is really disappointing. Like, there's, like, nothing to the intro of the Kenobi. They just kind of were like, let's put some, like, basic noise and then put the title on there and get to the show, which, I mean, heck, I don't care. It's a really good show, so...
Hey, is the music good, though?
There's, like, no music at the beginning.
Oh, no, I was just talking about, like, in the show in general.
Oh, yeah, I mean, they haven't really been putting a lot of music into it, to be... I don't think it's as music heavy as like The Mandalorian and all that.
Dude. What a fucking theme.
Dude, even Boba Fett has a really good intro. As much as I don't like that show, really good music. Like even Amy hasn't even watched Boba Fett, and she was like, "I really like that intro music." And I'm like, "I know, it is pretty good. It is pretty good. I do like it."
Before we roll out of here, look at that Snapchat I sent you beginning the show of the statue and tell me what you think.
Oh wow.
It's okay. It's cool.
Super cool.
Is it okay? I thought it was okay. Yeah. It was like 50% off. It only cost me like $35.
Yeah, no, I actually really like it.
Just screenshot that. Cool.
Sorry, no. I had to send a picture to someone.
I thought you screenshotted that. I was like, oh, that's a weird thing, dude. I'm like, you could just ask me to send you a picture of it. I was like, what?
I wanted to save it,
Yeah.
All right. Well, okay. Everyone.
Speaking of that, hold up. Have you ever got, obviously this before Amy and all that, and me before Peyton. Have you ever got caught screenshotting a Snapchat of certain people?
Probably in high school.
Yeah, I got caught once. That was actually how I learned that it told people that you took
Yeah, that's the same thing for me. I didn't know that
either. She responded. She was like, "Hey, why'd you take a screenshot of that?" I was like, "Oh, I did." I was like, "What?" I just straight. I was like, "I didn't do that." And then eventually the next day, I was like, "Yeah, I totally did." So it was hot. And then she was like, "Okay, cool." I was like, "Sweet, whew, that worked."
All right. On that note, everybody.
Once again, thanks everyone for listening and following along with us. I hope everyone has a great week, and we'll talk to you on the next one. See you guys.
See ya.